doing a big spready.
Starbucks.
Subway.
I imagine someone could locate where you lived.
Do you want to just stop this right now because you said Subway?
Yes.
Clearly, my brain's not.
Thank you very much,
plugged
guys,
in
for speaking
at
to us.
all.
Yeah. Thank you for coming along to
this?
the 30.
What is this meant to be plugged into?
It's for the Mac.
Oh, I brought that with me.
Oh no, that is for the Mac. It's for the Mac Daddy.
For the Mac.
Talking to the Mac Daddy.
Hey, what's up?
Fraser Mac.
John, are we recording?
There's a big
Tremendous.
large red light on there.
Oh yeah, that's a bit of a giveaway, isn't it? Sort of. There we go. Right. Hello and welcome to. I had to look at the thing despite knowing and having written it. Welcome to podcast 35, Kitchen Cast with a really big clock.
It is -3 outside.
Yeah, so we thought fuck the carport because that wasn't going to happen.
The reason there's a big clock on the wall is because Alex only deals in big numbers.
Big fucking numbers. Big Roman numerals.
He only does big digits.
I've touched it now. It'll be pissed. And we're joined by. We're conjoined with. Fraser's here.
He's back. Wow.
For another 75-hour podcast.
The 8-hour podcast. The one that starts when you start work and then finishes when you leave work.
I think we literally do have about 8 hours of Fraser podcasts.
Yeah, it's fine.
So we thought we'd have some more.
Yeah, it's good.
What the fuck are you watching?
The thing that I wanted to show you, I'm going to cut to it.
Oh, demonetized in 3, 2,
No.
1.
There you go. That's the Spanish version of Hoobastank the Reason. I woke up this morning and that's one of the first things I thought about.
Is that why it's written Spanish covered?
There's way more in case.
Break in case of emergency. You went straight to it.
They only cover the smelliest songs. It's so good. Yeah, so that's good. So,
thanks for the coin as well.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I really appreciate a coin.
Really sarcastically, but I meant it.
You're fucking welcome.
You're fucking welcome.
Go
Enjoy the coin.
yourself.
Did we ever get to the bottom of whether we have talked about Doryfest 2?
I don't think we have.
No, we haven't.
Because
the last time I was here was 8 months ago.
It was 8 months ago.
8 fucking months.
It's been 8 months.
Lots of things have happened in that time.
Yeah.
I still can't believe it's been that long.
Yeah, I was thinking, I only come here when it's fucking freezing cold.
Freezing.
I'm never allowed to come to this part of the world when it's sunny.
Hello.
Well, you're always welcome, but you never come.
Yeah, I'm a busy boy. Just doing stuff.
It was the middle of England, pretty much. It's not really.
Which blows my mind because actually this is like...
Well, we're the north. People refer to us as the north.
But have you
and yet I would consider where you're from
actual north.
I was going to say, if you say that to a Scottish person, they go, nah, mate.
I'd not be back there in fucking ages at the moment. I really want to go see Lawson.
I was going to say Stuart Lawson refers to you as a southerner.
Better fucking not. You know, I was one of his friends, Mark. He's got a really cool 180. I had it for a long time. Just refreshed it, made it look really cool. I saw he posted a photo of the car done and stuff, and it's in their unit, which is around from where the Minty Fresh unit was on this mushroom farm, just outside of Aberdeen.
Of course it is.
Maybe I should bleep that if possible. Cause
Do you mean like a legitimate mushroom farm?
Yeah. No, like
mushrooms are made?
No, it's a business that sells fungi. That's another
Lots
word
of
for mushrooms.
fungi.
That's another word for mushroom, by the way, guys. Fungi.
Jesus Christ.
Educated.
And I saw in the background Lawson's car was there, and I think it was in the exact same position it was last time I saw it.
Oh,
and it's like, this is the best FC.
No.
And occasionally I'll get time hops of that FC, and I'm just like, that's the coolest one.
I think
that was the best time. That was
7. Are we FD people or are we FC people?
I would have an FD in a heartbeat.
But I think I'm an FC guy if I was choosing between two.
So here's my thing with any rotary. I probably said, this is the annoying thing, I don't know if I said this on this podcast before. I've said a lot of things.
It was 8 hours, so you may have said everything.
Yeah. I've said every word. I would love to have an RX-7, but I would have to win it off like Dream Cars.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I'm paying.
Then, I'm not paying. I found so Lewis Aiken used to have a really cool white one that had like a scoop on it. It was rippy. I think it had a
FC or FD?
FD. Had a T51R on it.
Oh, is this the RE kitted one?
Yeah, it was bits of RE and stuff. It was really cool. And I was like, he sold it for 10 grand.
I was just about to say it was cheap.
It was 10 grand.
Yeah.
And it had a rebuild because the engine had shit itself.
Oh,
so
really?
Yeah.
It shit itself.
Imagine that.
That's so strange and unusual.
Imagine that. What? Wait, you want to turn your car on and use it? I don't fucking.
You
think
see,
so,
right.
coward.
You see, this is the thing. Like, I mean, Mazda is saying they're going to bring back a hybrid Wankel rotary. Cool, guys, that's fantastic. Have none of us learnt anything from the past 25, 30, 40, 50? What was the RX-3? There was a Wankel rotary bus from the 1950s. There's none of them left.
Yeah, because great idea and concept, but not reality.
I mean, it's unfair because they sound great and they go great and they're a lot of fun. They are a lot of fun. I miss my FC is one of the few vehicles I regret selling over the years, but ultimately it was a financial kick in the fucking dick.
I'm not the guy to take the risk on it working and looking after it properly. If you're an adult that knows how cars work and is willing to maintain a car, I'm sure it's absolutely incredible. I'm not that guy.
Yeah,
I think FC or FD people have these RX-7s because they have normal cars. Do you know what I mean? That's like really big weekend car vibes. Maybe gets used 3 times in summer.
Do you know what I think they've got?
And that's literally it.
I think they've got Stockholm syndrome. They are prisoners, but they're prisoners.
They're prisoners.
They're prisoners of their own cars.
I've just taken the bass out of Saul's voice.
Am I bassy?
You were before.
I was. Sorry. So
maybe. I think maybe a bit like yourselves with SRs.
Isn't it? Let's be real.
You've got to stick with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although that blue, have you seen the blue S14 in New Zealand?
With the 13B?
With the 13B.
Yeah, I love everything about that car.
It's insane.
New Zealand. So of course it works.
Yeah.
It does.
Is the air different? It's
The thing is, there's an element of what I enjoyed from drifting.
Freudian slip.
Oof. The thing that I enjoy from drifting is getting into the car, just going for a drive, and going. Maybe you fucking do a bit of street, whatever. That, I really enjoy. I did enjoy that on a regular basis. That's now very difficult to achieve in it with an engine that wants to. You know, you give it a bit of fucking death, and then it's.
So Gianni, Status Air Gianni, good friend of mine from Scotland, had RX-8, and obviously they've got like the worst rotary of the lot apparently. The
20, is it the 20B?
The Renesis or whatever it is. That one's meant to be.
Not the Renaissance.
That's an RX-8 engine, isn't it?
Yeah. Specifically RX-8. And so he lives very nice house, but like down the side of it is like a garage at the back, 3 parking spaces.
Okay.
So if you wanted to just jump in your Golf or whatever, you need to shuffle cars.
Yeah,
your wife and guy.
You're not just getting in
so
one
you
and
just
driving
turn
away.
it on, you just move it out, next one out, get the car out, come back in or whatever. But the RX-8, and it's had an exhaust on it as well, and it's like a cul-de-sac sort of bit at the time.
Ew.
If you want to do that, you've got to leave that car on. Let it get to temperature.
Yeah.
Before you turn it off. Give it a
Or you just
fucking
nuke
rev
it.
and then turn it off and stuff. Can you imagine if you were like, oh, need to get that out.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I need to get out of the garage. Oh, fuck, I've got to go now.
This is the problem. And we all sit here and we all complain about these things. And then, people with V8s are just like, well, I just turn it on and then it's got the power and then I just turn it off and it's fine and everything's fine. It's literally just fine. You're like, fuck off!
Yeah. They're like, oh, I turned it on. I made it hit 8K for 45 minutes straight from cold. And then I just turned it off and it was fine.
And it was totally
fine.
fine.
I did that 12 times this year.
Yep.
And it's absolutely fine. But whatever. It's like anything else. It's like people that want to look after old cars, which I guess Sylvia's and stuff now are, technically. Now classics or whatever. If you want to make the thing work, you make the thing work. You know what I mean? And you just have to be an adult about it.
Nothing free or easy is worth having or doing.
Yeah. Here's a great thing. I don't think any of the TikTok kids have RX-7s, do they, with rotaries?
Yeah,
their pockets aren't
one.
that deep.
No.
There'll be one. One idiot.
Yeah, one mental patient.
The thing is, though, now, like, an FD is strong money. Really strong money.
Yeah.
I think are FCs same, more, less?
I bet you they are expensive because most of them are raw.
They're not as pretty. That's the thing. I had an
a stock one's not.
Oh, no, stock.
Stock
Yeah,
one.
no. I think I'd have a stock FD.
You can really fuck up the look of an FC, I feel
so
like.
easy to do.
FDs are more difficult because they're
Vert or
they look.
hard top?
Well, I prefer Vert because that's what I had.
I would have a Vert. I never saw your FC, but I saw Alistair's. And
Mine wasn't
Alistair's
nice.
was like...
Mine wasn't nice. Ali's was good because it had what are those fucking Merc wheels?
Euro lines, I think they were.
They're called Euro lines.
The Euro lines? Is it SSR? Euro line?
No, work Euro line.
Work Euro lines.
Well, either way, they that was a a real good fucking look.
Mm-hmm.
Mine was a Mazda Speed show car. It's just fucking lame. But
a heavy flex.
It had like red leather interior.
Oh, white outside. Oof.
Was it leather or vinyl?
It was leather. Yeah, I had dropped many cigarettes.
Cigarettes, yeah. Adult cigarettes.
And not terminally damaged the fabric, so I assume it has to be leather.
Didn't instantly burst into flames.
I've got a CRZ just now as a daily vehicle.
I've seen it.
Yeah, it basically generates fuel. That's the only reason it exists.
Generates fuel.
Yeah, basically, 'cause it's hybrid. It's great. I'm just doing my bit to help the environment, guys. Here's a sorry.
When are you moving to San Francisco?
Guys, my startup is going. Just subscribe. It's fine.
Just subscribe.
But it's got cloth seats. They're like a weird mesh seat. And I spilled a coffee on it the other day, and I was like, I'll just wipe that. Oh shit, it's cloth. It's just stained in there.
It's forever now.
Am I going to clean it? No, it's a daily. Of course I'm not going to clean it. Get fucked. But then I jump in the Celsior and I'm like, I can just fucking throw this shit.
Celsior.
I can make it rain.
Yeah.
Do you know, I jumped in that car the other day to move it to block the unit while Ben was away. Because I basically tried to sell it.
Using it as a battering ram. Not a battering ram, a barricade.
Yeah, protect the expensive
Someone
costs.
already has.
You know, yeah, somebody has. Before I got it.
Yeah.
And I sat in it and I was like, oh, this fucking car is so cool.
And then you reinsured it and used it. Yeah, basically.
Reinsured it, yeah, just took it all back on. Because basically I realised that, so that car cost me like $8,000, I think it works out at. And I was like, I wanted $8,000 just as it was. Someone just take it for $8,000. It's mint underneath.
Yeah.
Fuck the door, yes, but mint underneath. And after having the black car and it being a total rotten shitter underneath, not totally rotten shitter, but pretty rotten. UK.
By comparison.
Where's
that vehicle now?
Scotland.
Okay.
Funny story. The guy that bought it off me, it had the most Birmingham tints ever because I lived in Birmingham at the time.
Painted with hammerite.
The tint man that came and did it, on his plate, it just said tinting with collection of dots and stuff.
All of it.
And I think that if you
That's not his reg. It's just something he's made up.
I think if you
drives around
because Birmingham, it's fine. There's actual crime going on. It's fine.
Yeah.
If you can make your plate read something without me going, what does that say? It should be legal. I think
it should be.
It should be legal. You know, if you make it say like fire starter
Yeah.
or something, and you've done it creative like dots and numbers and collective spacing and
The
stuff.
police shouldn't be allowed to pull you for that.
Yeah, if you have to go like, I don't. Is it? Oh no, it says tinting, kind of illegal, still illegal. But if you go tinting, he's legal.
Do you know what I think about is the cartoon character of the kid with blonde hair that has the dog?
Tintin.
Tintin. Yeah, Tintin.
Tinting. Here's where I was going with this.
Go on.
So the guy came and bought the car. Good price, good deal. Everyone happy. They saw everything. Everyone was real, genuine, and honest. It was cool. Got a good car.
Real, genuine, honest. Rotten underneath. Rotten.
Well, no. It was like I'd done all the bits. You know what I mean? I made the coilovers and stuff, and it was all good.
All right.
Made the coilovers.
Well, because they're GS300 shocks.
Yeah.
GS300 rear top mounts on the front and the rear.
Mm-hmm.
Supra bottom brackets on the front or something. Like it's all bits of GS.
Yeah.
But basically, because I was at Driftworks at the time, I could
Bits
just
of
go
that,
to the park. I
bits
could
of
take the stock unit just and go, oh, that's one of those.
So you'd done the
That's
hard
one of
bit,
those.
basically.
Yeah.
And like, and that was a bit that was a bit that was wrong. Was taking the stock shocks off.
Yeah.
And doing like wheel bearings and stuff. I once spent 2 hours trying to knock this wheel bearing out because it was so crusty and there was salt. And I did it for hours and hours and hours. And then Craig came through and he was like, "You're still doing that?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm still doing
very
that."
Craig.
And he just went, boom,
Yeah.
knocked it straight in one hit. And I was like, "Fuck this guy."
That's like a Stronk where
Well,
any job that we'd had that become bullshit, Adam would just be like,
No, it got
just
worse
touch it and
than
be
that.
like,
No, it got worse than that. It was like we would be struggling to do it. We'd ask Adam, and Adam would be like, "This is fucking gay. Gonna go get Adam's dad," and then he just literally walks near it, and the whole thing just goes. Falls apart.
Adam's dad
Adam
was
went
a
near
little
it,
bit different.
and it just went sit a bit.
Do you remember the vice? Right, so we had a fucking bench vice, an enormous bench vice, and it was you'd used it as a fucking animal dickhead, like a really lovely.
If you can't hit a vice, what's the point of it?
I got it as a working vice,
Reconditioned it,
and I
painted it
reconditioned
blue,
it.
shiny blue.
If you'd have been smart, you would have pre-made a TikTok of you slowly doing
This
it.
blue.
Yeah. It wasn't that blue.
Like,
at all. It was the Hammerite hammered blue.
It had like speckles and shit.
It's
in
the
it.
blue that you paint a vice or green. Anyway,
Such
the point
a
was,
weird hill
it was
to
still sour about this.
I am because it's in there and it's still fucked. It's not fucked, but it was fucking huge, and you'd used it as an anvil for whatever fucking retarded reason, and it wouldn't wind in anymore. It would get to like halfway, and then it would get stuck, and I was like, oh, this is fucked. But then you could like bully it in to go in. I was like, oh, well, then it does still work as a vice, so. It's just a question of figuring it out.
It's got a limp when it gets to a certain bit.
Yeah. So like I took the front bit off, looked down the end, and was like, all right. At this point, I've built 2 SR20s. I've had other people build others, but that looks too complicated for me.
I own VG30s.
Yeah.
Fuck that noise.
But even that's like I own VG30s. I've never built one.
Yeah.
I've always taken it out, put it in a bin, and got another one and put that one in. But give it to Stronk's dad, and he's just like does some fucking polish wizardry, and then he just has like sliding in, spins the thing, holy shit! Like you could fix fucking anything
than when it was new.
That was big bits of metal that were broken. That required heating, bending, and like manipulating massive pieces of steel. And he just fucking did it.
This is my stress: is that like my brain should be like, oh, I'm happy this is now fixed, so I can carry on with what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
But actually, my brain goes straight to being like, I've wasted so much fucking time.
Well, yeah. No, I'm with you.
When there's someone else who can just do such a easier, simpler, better job, yeah.
So anyway, tangent cast.
Are you implying that the podcasts are usually
we
always
got bored
die straight, never any deviations from any sort of...
No, I'm very much on course and there's a plan. So I tinted this thing.
We have a whiteboard.
There is
there's no tints on the whiteboard.
Yeah, there's some stuff on there that you can't see.
Thank fuck.
Yeah, cancel cast. So there's so the guy buys it and he's like, or he went away to have lunch and think about it, and then he texted me and said, yeah, I'll take it, come and get it tonight. And I was like, yep, no problem at all, come and get it. I'd already bought the Verosa at this point, so like this LS430 needed to go.
Yeah,
I could financially not afford this to have both. So he comes and I'm like, you're probably going to want to put the windows down because it's really tinted. It was dark at this point by the time he came and collected it, and he was like, I'll be fine. And then got to the first junction, and I just saw all the windows having to come down.
Yeah, everything.
So I can't remember why we were talking about that. It was probably another deviant from there.
Deviant?
A deviation.
Deviation? Deviant? A deviant?
Not a deviant. Stop
prefer deviant.
Stop calling me that.
Fucking
Stop calling me that.
Let's refer to the whiteboard. Let's start at the top.
With Dory Fest 2.
Dory Fest 2, which was now 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. It was really good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. That was the first drift event I've been into for a while. First time I've been back to up to Scotland to Driftland. It was great. Got to see my friends drive. That was nice. That was cool. My friends got to take a passenger out for me. That was nice of them.
Mm-hmm. What I liked about Dory Fest, it felt like that when we were driving again together, it was like where we left off in 2018.
Yes, it did. I was going to say 2019, but yeah, I
got back into kind of the rhythm of where I was in 2018.
I like that you were both on different years, but you both felt the same.
Yeah, same vibe.
I had left.
Yeah, you both felt the exact same.
No, but like I felt like the driving had got back to that sort of level, and which I was surprised about with the car.
I will say I was also very surprised by the driving, because when I first got there, I honestly thought there's quite a few people that I don't recognise from here, and that's not to say that like I think I'm the fucking big I am.
Yeah.
But I was thinking like a couple of the cars, I was like, are these not just like roundabout cars?
Yeah.
Like what's about to happen here? Is this about to be really fucking shit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then a lot of them were really fucking sick.
Yeah.
And there actually wasn't that many people that weren't, and even the ones that weren't great, it wasn't bad enough that I was like, they shouldn't be here.
The cars look great.
You know what
I think mine did a really good.
Cars did look great.
They did, yeah.
Yeah. They
at the beginning.
At the beginning. But there was no mega, like, when like Connor and Toby crashed.
Yeah.
There was no mega event. Oh well, no.
Well, the biggest one was obviously
Ollie in the MS5.
Yeah, but that was obviously closing day 2.
Yeah.
Going big times.
So I work with Ollie.
Mm-hmm.
This is you guys know that. This is for the purpose of
these guys.
So I work with Ollie, and beforehand I'd said to him, like, you want to take some spare rear lights and spare headlights just in case.
Mm-hmm.
because you drive right past the Vosa Centre on the way back.
Oh yeah,
And
you
need all that
your
shit.
car will get
You do.
Your car looks like a it's on 13s and stuff.
looks like a
it's
modified car.
Like a police officer
It's
will
very
see your
obvious.
car and say,
I want to look
fucking
at it.
pull in, and you'll be done. And he was like, no, I won't need them. And I was like, if they're not expensive, chuck them in the boot and just have them, just in case.
Yeah.
Because I went straight back to when Ali did his headlights and didn't bring spares,
Yeah.
and then had to sit in the middle of a convoy on the way back.
Yeah.
Because you have to go past fucking Vosa.
and pray that you don't get.
Yeah, and
Don't
just
get caught.
pray that you get the fuck back to England. And he was like, okay, I'll do it. And I was like, see, I do know something. And so he was ripping all weekend. Like, the little MX-5 was flying.
Yeah, it was.
And then he had the fatal mistake that I think you get with age, where he had one really, really sick run, second one a bit further in, and took his rear bumper and kind of did the quarter.
Yeah.
And then they always had to stop the track to clear that bumper. And he sat there fucking
full of adrenaline.
Next one out, writes the fucking car
Yeah,
off.
that was exactly my situation when I nosedived the wall with the big time picture that ends it up on every drift crash YouTube video, where it's nosediving the bank. That was exactly it. It was red flagged the track, sat there waiting, Dan next to me, talking, cold tyres, one lap round. Let's just carry on like knobheads, exactly as we were.
My car will do the exact same thing that it just did.
Freezing cold for
15
10 minutes.
ago.
Let's just go again. Let's just replicate. Adrenaline. Nope.
Oh my god, why am I going that way?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a real shame for him, because that car was pretty rippy and sick.
It was
and stuff.
clean, looked nice. I like the look of it. It was. I think like the whole. So MX-5s of like, especially Mark 1s, there's a lot more of them seemingly at these events, and I don't hate that. Like,
no, I get it. It's fine.
The
It
Gripped
makes
Up
sense.
Boys came out of seemingly nowhere, and I am absolutely all for it. I didn't think I would be. I think there's this thing where, because I used to drive Gabby's old MX-5, and I always felt like I had to go so much fucking faster, especially in the dry.
Yeah.
But then it's relative, because then like when you chase down, if you watch like Ryan in the R32,
And Chris.
and then Chris in the MX-5, R.I.P. that car. It's gone.
That car sold for money and went out of the country.
Yeah.
Oh, did it actually? Yeah.
Portugal or something?
Portugal.
Are you trying to tell me, and this is no shade to Chris, that there was not a cleaner MX-5 between here and Portugal?
Somewhere in Portugal. I'm pretty certain Portugal is where you would find a good MX-5. Why is there a fucking crackle? I'm getting a crackle.
I hope so.
Who is
I think it's
Anyway,
Fraser.
big up Craig. Big up Craig.
Chris.
Is he out of drifting completely? Is he?
Yeah, I think he drives a truck now.
Oh,
Yeah. Got a happy little life. Good dude, Chris.
Yeah.
happy little life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like on MX-5. I was never. I don't know. I think it took for that to become pretty normal at events like that, for it to be like, yeah, this is fucking sick. And also, I watched you guys, because I know they've watched at least one podcast.
Yeah.
They did say they wanted to come.
They wanted to come on, yeah. So we're just going to try and logistically work that out.
That many mics.
We don't,
Two,
but we can
three,
sort that
four,
out.
5, 6,
Yeah.
and at least one of those is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, we
Those guys fucking rip.
they do. Yeah,
And they've got good attitude as well.
I don't need them to have 1,000 brake horsepower.
No.
And, they drive with good proximity, and they all know. I say it sounds obvious, but like, it's the same formula that we sort of fucked with. It was like, if you know each other well enough and you know each other's budgets, and you realistically know that if I crash into you and write your fucking car off, what it actually means.
Yeah.
It's not just some random stranger or someone you know off the internet.
You're not going to fuck around.
You're not going to fuck around, and actually, you can drive better with people like that.
This is the argument for like the Black Flag Club that when we were at Driftworks. There was like a track day group.
Yeah.
There was like some of the camera combustion guys, Ben from String Theory, and Al Clark got a bit. It was 200 brake max.
Yeah.
Because actually, if you go do a track day and you've got like Phil and the Big Billy Big Box GT3 or whatever, but you're stuck in this thing.
It's
and
no
you go
fun.
to you
It's
just
no fun.
you just see each other at the end of the day.
Yeah.
The same way as if you had an 800 million brake horsepower FD car, you had an MX-5, and you turned up together. You kind of like get to the gate and go,
Hey.
see you at 5 o'clock, and we'll drive back.
We'll go for food later.
Whereas if like, there's way more fun if you and all your mates have this same thing or a similar thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can just drive more. The gripped up thing. So I did Gravity with Becky, and it was like the Wee Crusade thing.
Yeah.
Did like a demo outside
Yeah,
the
yeah.
NEC where they
Yeah.
did the BDC before, and it was like just sort of sending cars out, and Beachy did it and stuff, and it was cool. And they were there as well, and I was like, did not expect to see these dudes here. That's sick. So you kind of saw the full gambit of drifting at the gravity thing.
Yeah.
And that bit was way cooler than the car show. Like, just hung out there, just doing bits, and Julian was driving and stuff, and they were flying and absolutely flying. It was sick. At Dory Fest, I have the video on my phone. There's an 8-car train.
Yeah.
It's like 55 members have gripped up, and then like
It's so watchable.
Dan Pryor, and then Ollie on the end of it. And
Well,
like,
what was a shame at the end of that day was the last day, the second day, when they were just sending cars out. Managed to get on the back of their train, and then I was chasing one of them in, and one of them snapped a fucking steering arm. Like, literally, with like another 10 minutes to go over the end of the day, and I was like, oh, this is going to be fucking wild.
Just MX-5 thing.
Just MX-5, and then there's just... I was about to catch up, and then it was like...
someone that they bought like 2 MX-5s and just stripped them and just had all the spares just in the back of. Imagine like
makes so much sense though.
Going,
That's the thing. That's where S bodies were like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, I used to turn up to BDC days with like 90% of steering components just because I'd had them knocking around.
Yeah.
You're probably also the reason why there's limited amount of shafts left in the world.
Yeah, it's not my fault.
Whereas now, so back in the day, BDC whatever, if you'd have done a shaft, it'd have been fine. Oh, someone's got a GTR shaft.
loads
If
got
you were
them,
using it, it's fine. Nowadays, they'd be like, yeah, I've got one. Could you just fill out this PayPal invoice here?
Well,
that's it.
You can do Klarna if you want. It's fine.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's an expensive shaft.
I still owe Tessa an input for a diff.
Am I right in
every
saying...
time I look for one, I'm like also I can't remember which one I've fucking taken. So but I still owe her a fucking, and I think
what you want to do is just
maybe I'll send her some money, and then it's like, well,
how much money?
Fucking worth? And also back last year when I owed it her, it was worth less than it is now.
Yeah.
And then next year,
you should just send her a note that says,
yes,
I
exactly.
owe you
Yeah.
question mark
Yeah.
or question mark pounds.
Yeah.
So it could be anything.
Well, I mean, I saw before one of the guys in America, he is fitting wise fab drive shafts. Now, I didn't even know they were a thing.
Yeah, they're fucking...
Aren't they just D-Max ones?
I don't know.
they're
They look like a 350Z. Yeah, they look like a 350Z shaft, but they make them fit anything, and they look spenny. Like, they look like the most expensive thing in the world, and I didn't even know they were a thing.
There's a video. So when I was at Driftworks, they launched them.
Yeah.
We put them on the website. There's a video they used to show it's like an impact of the wheel while it's spinning.
Yeah.
And they rocket this thing up, and the whole wheel bends up, the shaft bends, and just comes back down again.
Perfect for the phone.
Yeah, but they're like £1,500 a pair or something.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Thing is, though, I'll tell you now, I've probably spent 2 or 3 times that.
Oh yeah,
that's the
100%. So you spend it once and be done with it.
Imagine if
or?
you're £100 a shaft, you buy 15 shafts. Would you want?
But here's the secondary thing. If they are using UJs, great, because my biggest problem was always impacting the back of the CVs or CV or over angling. Angling, is that a word? It's not a word, is it?
That's what you do with fish.
Exceeding the shear line, is that probably
Carb style.
That sounds engineering.
Of shear angle of the CV.
Is Dan Joyce here?
Yeah.
He's not here at the moment, no. But that's exactly it. It would you'd go past it, and then you'd fuck the CV joint up doing that, and that was the main reason why.
It could just go past it, and that's it.
Whereas if you had UJs either side, and it was just on a sliding splined joint, it wouldn't matter whether you had, because my problem was
it could have the mega angle, but then it's not broken anything getting back.
Because the problem was originally that it was if you had drop knuckles, your
they would burst
shaft would
out
go
of the
up
cup on
like
the,
that. Whereas what you wanted them was for when you under squat or moving over, that the wheel would pivot in. That would keep the CV joints happy. Whereas that's the maths involved in getting that right, to the point where I've had the same shafts now for like 3-4 years. That never happened before. So that's why anyone say like, oh, let's do 350Z shafts because like it's cheaper. I'm like, yeah, but I've done the maths, and the maths works really good right now.
Yeah.
So if I fuck with the maths and go down the 350Z route, I just feel like I'm just entering the same bullshit arena of
better the devil you know.
Yeah, better the devil you know. But the downside is 5x1 shafts, GTS shafts are now £500 a pair.
I was going to say there has to come a point where they run out.
Yeah, there's a finite amount of them. Plus, you can't get the outer or the inner the inner CV joint is the one that you want. And there's people, like Garage D will sell you second-hand ones, which I may probably end up having to buy, but I want to buy brand new ones. Somebody has found them.
D-Max.
Yeah, D-Max
shafts.
D-Max do. Yeah, but they want to sell you a full shaft.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but actually, if you think about it, I can buy a CV joint for every single vehicle I fucking own.
Yeah.
Even the fucking weird one, like the Vectra, I can buy a CV joint because it's a serviceable part. Why the fuck is a GTST 5x1 shaft, which was on 180s, it's on pretty much every fucking Skyline with an RB.
It is going to come back.
Why isn't it available?
It's going to come back because they're
Why
already remaking RBs and shit like that. It's
back.
going to come back.
Yeah, but it's not coming back in the way that it should have done. It's a basic serviceable part. It should have just been available like a fucking oil
It's weird that Euros or somebody never made one.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, but they're probably just going to go, well, you could just swap this to a 350 shaft, or you could swap this for a different type of UJ that works because they're more modern. Because the problem with it was that stupid 3-bearing system that would then burst out.
Yeah,
it didn't work. It was shit.
The forbidden boba.
No, the things are the same, aren't they?
No, they're
different.
Five?
Completely
there's
different. 5 of them in there.
There's loads of bearings in there, and there's a single piece that moves around. It's not that. There's no reason for it to be like that. There is no reason. The 3x2s, sorry, are shared with the GTR 34 front shaft, so you'll always be able to get those. But the 5x1 was, and I hate to say the words, when I was in Japan, and I went to
if you say it 3 times in the mirror, he appears.
He appears. So I went to an up garage and I got a Grady Perfect B Spec 2, which I still have in the 300, and I noticed a pair of what looked like used but relatively clean 5x1 CV joints. I was like, yes. Fucking no way! Like wrapped up in cellophane with like one of those little stickers on, and they were relatively cheap. I can't remember how much they were. They were relatively cheap. But then I was like, I bet I could just fucking walk into a Nissan dealer around here and just say, "Hello, can I have one of these fucking CV joints? You fucking dickhead." And who did I speak? I spoke to someone.
I'm going to say, police.
Yeah. Find one guy that speaks English and then say, "Hi, I need this part." Nope.
I imagine the English speaker is not at the back of Nissan parts department.
No.
Saitama.
It's hard enough to speak to English part suppliers in Nissan because I
In
remember
Nissan.
going into Nissan Westway and
Stockport.
going, "Hi mate, I need this. Here's the part number. Here's this." He goes, "You got a reg?" And I go, "No. Here is the part number."
Listen up,
I've given you the part number. I've done all of your work.
If I explain to you
it's like
that
7 cars.
the car has 350 parts, has GTR parts, has Nissan, has this, your head is going to fall
badge.
off.
I am dealing with a demon of a vehicle.
I was like, it's not what you think it
and
is,
let's
bro.
be real here, you're peddling a bunch of fucking Renault parts, so shut the fuck up.
And he's like, which micro is it from? Bro.
Dick.
None of them.
Yeah, I do not miss that place. I do not miss dealing with that place.
Interesting fact, I applied for a job there, got rejected.
They're lost, hun.
No more, no.
They're lost.
No more
rejected.
than you, mate. No more than you, mate. Didn't even get an interview.
Fucked.
Jeez, Jono, you look like you're nervously... No, you're good.
It's all good.
So where you go,
Modern.
the red light's on, but no, it's not been recorded.
Nobody's
I've
home.
got a good story for you.
Shoot.
So, my friend Mackenzie came to that Dory Fest. That was good. And he's never been in a drift car before. And I was like, let's put
Because he's used to fast cars and
he
like
works
track
for,
stuff.
I'm not going to name them just in case. Golf tuner.
The haters, yeah.
Golf tuner. And they build really fast Mark 8 Golfs and stuff.
Yep.
And so I met him on a work trip and I was like, oh, right, you're near Driftland.
Yeah, come do drifting.
Come to this. And he was like, yeah, that'd be sick. So he could come on the Saturday. And I was like, I'm going to put you out with somebody. And he was like, oh, I'm kind of a shit passenger. And I was like, oh, it's just like going on a roller coaster, except this roller coaster can crash at any time.
Yeah.
It will fall off the track.
Probably,
This roller coaster is haunted.
Yeah.
It does what it wants. so we get there.
It's haunted.
And he's like, oh, do I have to bring my own helmet? I was like, yeah, bring your own helmet. It'll be fine. Absolutely fine. He's like, so he normally just track days and stuff. So I'm like, oh, well, we get there quite early, and I'm like, we'll get you signed on, get your wristband just now.
We intentionally crash our...
You just chuck it at each other. So we go and get the sign. So obviously he's used to like an MSV track.
Yeah.
So to Driftland office.
Yeah.
Fill out the paper. Oh, there's it's not an awful lot of words on that.
This is one sheet
4
of
words
A4.
on it.
And I'm like, yeah, no, you just put mobile number, doesn't matter what the number is,
Yeah.
could have 12 digits, doesn't matter. Name, doesn't matter. Do you think when you die they're going to come and get this?
They're not going to.
You know, we'll get your teeth first.
He's died, quickly.
Yeah.
Quick, get the piece of paper.
No, just pass the iron brew cans.
There's
just over there.
blood everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, the news have descended
They're
and
looking
someone's
at
in an office like, we have
Wait, there's a
Where
piece
is
of
it?
paper.
Where is it?
A4 paper.
So that's all good. We get him a wristband, and it's all good. He's had a look at the track, and he's like, "Oh, this is pretty cool, whatever." And introduce him to you guys, and that's good. So we go for a walk around the pits, and I'm telling people, and I'm like, I guess speaking to Dave from Garage 21, and I'm like, "Oh, this guy, and he's going for his first passenger lap. Oh, who's he going with? Saul." And Dave just goes, "Good luck, pal."
Yeah.
Oh, Dave knows you that well.
And then
Well, yeah.
it happened a couple more times
Yeah,
to
well,
different people.
yeah.
But to be honest, you ripped.
I didn't crash.
It was
Oh,
great.
no, crashed into you.
You haven't
I
crashed in
fucked up,
ages.
yeah.
No, well, that wasn't
That
your
was-
fault.
it
That
was-
was
wasn't that
third
bad.
gear.
I spun really fast with him in the car. Like really, we had some real fast runs.
You do spin really fast. Like
When I know when I fuck
Big
because I go
pirouette
fast.
guy.
Yeah.
no offense, that's
No.
one of my least favourite things about chasing you is that I can always tell when you fucked it
Yeah,
before
because I
you
go way
have.
too fast.
But then when you fucked it, because you go way too fast.
Yeah.
And then it's like, whip.
Yeah. So I
There's
think
none of this like, way.
the problem is like when I'm driving, I think I'm a bit too relaxed. I'm too relaxed, so then when I do the fast, flicky
Yeah.
things, my brain's not there. I'm too busy like, oh.
But also, go faster.
That'll be
Go
fine.
faster.
Yeah.
It'll be easier.
Well,
But then there is a
Yeah.
line.
yeah.
This was always my fear. Like the first time I ever had the Laurel
Go fast.
STL or Final Boss, whichever one it was, I think Laurel 2. I was in the novice queue, and then very quickly the other novices left, and they just let you guys out.
And then the queue
And
system
I was
just
in the middle.
descends.
Do you know what? The thing, it did. Like
Yeah,
instantly
always,
just fell
yeah,
apart. But my fear always was drifting at track anyway. There was like, I never want to be the guy that enters really fucking fast and everyone goes,
He's fucked it.
what did he do that for?
Yeah,
Of course that was way too fast,
Yeah.
but I could never work out what the actual speed and stuff
Yeah.
was to be, and then have a panic attack in the queue and have to go home. So just freaking out. But yeah, he really enjoyed himself. So that was good. He took me to the Officially Gassed podcast, Officially Gassed
What?
track day at Donington.
Officially gassed like we
The
should
YouTube
do a
channel.
podcast.
No, I bet you they do.
Yeah, they will.
They 100% will. Seems to be like a real business. But went to that. There was a Donington track day, and like he was like, "Oh, I can probably get you on the guest list," and I was like, "Guest list? It's a fucking ex Grand Prix track. Like,
Bro.
you can fit
Guest list.
200,000 people there.
Yeah.
They do fucking download there. Like, what is that about? It turns out they were doing tickets for this thing, and they give them all away.
Yeah.
But because they were a sponsor, they got to give tickets. That was all good.
Nice.
Turns out when you give everyone free tickets,
Mm.
and then it rains, they don't come.
Oh really?
It was dead. Like
Oh, that's a bit
spectator-wise and stuff, it was dead. There was
Yeah,
still
that's
lots
the
of
problem with
cars.
free tickets, isn't it?
You've got no horse in the race, so when,
Yeah, well,
you're
yeah.
not
I'm
like
gonna go get wet.
it's pissing down. Oh, I paid
Yeah.
£80 for it, so fucking get in the car.
Of course,
yeah.
yeah.
But also, so their car was really fast, really fast, capable Mark 8 Golf. Just flew around. You know, I'm not gonna go buy one. Don't want to do it. It was really fast.
Hey,
but like,
golf's all round.
We've got golfs. I've got golf now.
do you have a golf? Perfect, John.
We did tell him.
I always
Convince him to buy
liked
a
you the
golf.
most, John.
He was telling me before about a car that he wanted to buy, and I was like, you should just get a golf
Just
instead.
get a golf.
Just
This
get
is
a
this is
golf.
how I got
Wait,
you.
sorry.
Anyway,
Just-
go on. Sorry,
ju-
tangent.
just-
tangent.
just
Sorry.
get a golf.
Just get a golf. Yeah.
Every person in the last 40 years.
It's gone from now I've got a van mate to we've got golfs,
golfs.
mate.
Yeah.
We do some rapid laps, but this track day was attended also by lots of surrey drivers,
Yeah.
lots of straight arm
Yeah.
driving
yeah.
people.
Yeah.
And it is the most red flag track day I've
Oh,
been to in my
really?
entire life. We would get 2 laps in, 1 lap sort of warming everything up, and you would go for your fast lap, and then it'd be like red flag because there's a McLaren in the bin. there's an S3, an RS3 in the bin over there. There's whatever over there in the bin.
And by
there's
bin,
an M3.
by bin you mean binned, not sin binned.
Not sin bin.
Bin.
No, because you wouldn't tell these people to get on the sin bin. You know the Anglesey sin bin, you'd have like Angry Marshall being like, you get a 5-minute sin bin. They would go, shut your mouth. And you would get slapped around the pits.
Yeah.
I would not tell them fucking anything. Oh, do you want to drive it backwards? No,
Yeah.
feel free, crack on. It's no. Senna would have done that. Yeah,
Senna-
backwards.
Senna-
Senna
this-
did that all the time.
This is
actually.
what he would have wanted.
bonus track.
Wanted,
Yeah, bonus
yeah,
track. Let's
yeah.
go. Yeah, but it was fucking wild, just the amount of... And then I realised that actually what you guys are doing on a track day, do the drifting stuff, and like,
Yeah.
it might get a little bit weird, might get a little bit... No, I wasn't looking at you.
I was going to say a bit weird.
But, you know, drifting, there might be weird like risks or whatever, but ultimately no one's trying to
Weird
write...
risks.
Weird risks, the low origin story.
Yeah.
You know, like some of these track days, I don't think anybody at Dory Fest was an idiot.
No.
You know, like there was no one that was just like,
No.
let's say
Yeah,
five corners
but
backwards.
It's
Fair-
very,
fair-
it's carefully picked though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know
Yeah,
he
yeah.
Martin spends a long time looking
Martin's,
at who.
Martin's what, like this? It's not technically the third, isn't it? Because there
Yeah.
was chassis
S-Pod,
first.
Chessy Fist.
It's chassis.
Cassis Fest.
Chassis.
And
Yeah.
two
For
Dory
the
Fests
Americans, so
now.
they can understand what we're saying. Chassis.
Chassis.
And to the rest of the universe, chassis.
Chassis. Yeah, so he's
Stupidly.
it was a
He's-
third iteration,
yeah,
really, wasn't it? And
he's-
he knows.
But he's got the formula down. I mean, he'd had like 130 people apply for.
It was the only fucking event for the year.
Do you remember when,
Yeah,
do you remember when
well,
the
yeah.
first final bouts happened and it was not final bouts, final bosses happened?
Yeah,
And
it was invite.
Oh,
And it was invite only, and everyone was like, fucking elitist, fucking
Yeah.
fucking don't know how to drive, fucking whatever. And then everybody's car started looking really good, and the event was really cool. That was great.
Oh, that was good, wasn't it?
It's almost like it was planned.
paved the way
Yeah,
for
yeah.
someone like Martin to just fucking.
Yeah, no, I was really impressed. I think I missed Dory Fest 1 because I had to work, and Chris and Alex from Driftworks were both driving, and I was like, you guys do it because you're actually going to go drive.
Yeah.
That's fine. And I was kind of gutted about it because I had to sit in the office
I remember.
while everyone's having fun. I wasn't bitter about it. It's fine. No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. Alex, stop doing that. It's fine. No, stop.
Zoom in on Fraser's face as he's so
Totally not weird about
yeah.
it. So the second one, no, absolutely great. I really enjoyed it. Lots of good MX-5 driving, lots of good S-body driving. The Munch Bunch were there. Some of the Munch Bunch were quite impressive. The main Munch Bunch wasn't impressive.
The main Munch Bunch. No, I know, but he's yeah.
Hey, bleep that. Don't want him fucking coming near me.
So let's find a timestamp. Fuck me. The Munch Bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a really good time.
Yeah.
And they did some great driving. Lead Munch Bunch man, the Munch
King Bin Man. Don't know why. Anyway,
King Ben.
yeah, it's just,
Spanish covers.
Yeah, Spanish covers. Mi amo.
They had a good time. I don't think this would be. I don't think it.
Sounds Japanese.
It does sound Japanese. You're primed for it. Content match, but in another country.
Yeah, it's fine. It's someone else who ripped off.
I don't think we'll get strike for that. It's a cover, isn't it?
I have no idea.
You can't
For
get strike for a
educational
cover.
purposes.
Yeah.
Anyway, they had a really good time, and they seemed like they all drove really well. Good for them.
Yeah, cool. Stunlock.
Yeah, that's completely brought this problem. Anyway,
No, that was fine.
see you next time.
That really cool JZX was ripping, the really low one.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
How good are JZXs?
See, I saw pictures of John's old
missed
100
the
Mark
boat.
II, and I
Literally.
had a big hard on for that. I was like, oh, like that is streetcar, like doing a little bit straight up, but not even like stupid street. Just like every now and again, leaving work, do a roundabout.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's so unassuming as well because it kind of not obviously is a drift car. They kind of fit into everyday life, especially in like black.
Yeah, yeah.
They
Yeah,
just
they
look
like
so
just
good.
How good is a 90?
It's a simple recipe.
90 Mark II.
No, JZX 100 Mark II
No,
for me.
90 Mark II. Is
either,
King.
Either, but
King.
But we are skewed because I still watch the STL video of Boy and how much earlier he's initiating than every.
Yeah.
He is like just come out of the S's and it's like whoosh.
Womp, yeah.
Oof.
He's
there.
never ever took his foot off the
No.
accelerator at any point.
He just
He's
looks-
like you know those games, early PlayStation games
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you have to keep your finger site held on X to go constantly.
Grid.
Yeah.
And if
Drifting
you
in
ever
grid.
press the brake pedal,
It's over.
you've
Would
lost
you remember
everything.
when we used to drift on grid? You used to just put this bit of your thumb on the accelerator and you used to just use the brake, press square
No,
as
wasn't
the
it? It was
brake.
on the fucking. It was on the.
No, that was
wait,
your
it
handbrake. So you
yeah.
use the front brake so you accelerate all the time, and then press the brake with the front, and then use this finger for handbrake. That was all you did. Full throttle all
Grid.
the time.
Was
Brake,
it
brake.
Grid 2?
Grid 2, yeah, Grid 2.
Grid 2.
You used to do the togue.
Everyone.
So sick.
It was terrible. I mean,
it was a VC Tug, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Togue,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it was just an actual made-up togue, I
Because
think.
one of them is it maybe shit.
But then it
It's
had
got
like
actual VC in
it had like a dock course, like a playground area. Then it had
that
actual
was
togue.
2 whole PlayStations ago.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, PlayStation 3.
2007.
And we used to. It was hilarious because like we'd be doing donuts on Stanley and around Cohen's and around the Mondeo, and then we'd be like,
Oh, shit,
we've now been doing real drifting. What do you want to do? Really do? Go to my house and play Grid 2. Completely unnaturally, just.
I can't.
Do you remember that Mondeo? What
Yeah.
the fuck was that?
It was well a bait car.
I
It's
have not
defo a
thought-
bait car.
I have not thought about that Mondeo in about 10 fucking years. There was. It doesn't matter now, but there was a Mark. Oh, it's quite sad really because it was a Mark.
It'd be worth money now.
Well, it's
But before you continue, when going to Mac from Stanley,
Yeah.
the Mac Road going past where Ali's 326 used to be,
Yeah.
the Mondeo's still there, the mouldy one.
Oh really?
It's still
the
there
blue
at the
one.
petrol station.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that Mondeo, the one that was parked in the middle of Stanley, we turned up probably a couple of times, and there was just this fucking Mondeo, this massive car park, and there's a Mark 1 Mondeo just parked in the middle of it, and it wasn't in a space; it was just
dropped there.
Handbrake on, looked completely normal. Let's say a month goes by and it's still there.
Doesn't
no one's
move.
towed it away. Another month goes by and it's starting to get dents and scratches and
Car park dings
car park
and shit.
dings and I think it had been pushed back at some point and the bumper was starting to fall off
Are
and
you
stuff.
sure someone wasn't just in a big shop?
Right.
Maybe they died in the shop and it just stayed there.
A really long
And now
shot
they're doing the big shop upstairs.
Yeah. With big man.
with the big man.
With the big
No,
man.
because of the positioning of the car, it was really convenient. You could like fly down in a rear-wheel drive car and use it as a sort of
Clipping point.
point.
Yeah.
Great.
and then you could sort of if you did you could do a donut around it, but then you could like touch the front bumper the entire way and then touch the back bumper the entire way around, and then you could try and touch the doors.
It was.
And then it became that the car ended up with like lines.
It was
around
awkwardly placed, and I mean, they must have known at the point at which there was like black rings around it that
Yeah.
it was being used as.
But it still
target
didn't go.
practice.
It still didn't go.
No,
I
it stayed for
remember
such a long time. It must have been 6 months.
Yeah, it was really weird. That there was like a very busy car park during the day.
Yeah,
The
and
fact that
considering
it
we
was
would be there every single night in the
Yeah.
summer.
God, that was fucking bizarre. What the fuck are we doing? But anyway, how do we get to that? Dory Fest 2.
Dory Fest 2 is really
JZXs
good.
are cool.
Yeah,
City
JZX
Boys
is cool.
Are we gonna say the one
driving.
below that one that says?
No, I don't think so actually, because I think I found that out from somewhere I shouldn't have found
Yeah,
that
we
out.
defo.
Oh really?
Yeah, and I think it's really
Are you sure?
Not true. Is it true or not true?
If that's true, then and you shouldn't say anything about it, then you definitely shouldn't say anything about it.
No,
but if it possibly isn't true and it
no.
might just be bullshit,
I've heard from a source that I don't necessarily trust, but do kind of trust
Jesus.
that it's also. But the
Christ.
person that you think it is that would be doing it is the person that's doing it.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, apparently so. Second go at it.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck
what?
up. Yeah, fuck it up and then come back to it again.
Okay. Anyway, Spanish covers.
How good are Spanish covers? Que paso?
What's below Spanish covers?
Do you know what I was thinking about? Is there a Spanish cover of the GTA radio?
Oh, new trailer for GTA.
Yeah,
New
yeah.
trailer for GTA on
On the 6th.
On the 6th.
Six.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sick.
5 days.
Oh, I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, it's going to be sick. So the next one, I've written that there. I'll fucking say it. I don't care. Does Santa Pod suck or is it good? Because we're very limited on where people can go now, and I see a lot of people going there. I went there for drag day with Sun Kang, actually, off of Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Off of the Fast and the
I
Furious.
went there for a
Han.
job.
Han. Yeah. He's not dead.
Lovely man.
Yeah.
Lovely
I
man.
can imagine.
Very lovely man.
Yeah.
And the drag racing was great. I thought for some reason from where I was near Birmingham.
Does he
to-
smile? Sorry to cut you off. He always looks like he's got that same Like,
yeah, he does, but he pulls the face.
yeah,
he's naturally
every
doing the
picture
face.
of him is his face, and it fits his.
It's through the side of
Can't
that Vale
ye-
side
Yeah,
RX-7.
I asked him
just like,
how sick.
He's
are
such
you
a good-looking man, to be
how,
fair.
How sick are you of having like throw and catch food?
Yeah, yeah.
Every advert that he always has to do it.
Yeah. It's his thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's dead plain.
That's how he's gonna die one day.
That normal, like,
That's how
straight
Hart died.
face, straight face.
He didn't
throwing
die in
food into
Tokyo
his mouth,
Drift.
yeah.
Do you know what crashes?
He choked.
Do you know what crashes into him? Aristo.
S500, isn't it?
No, it's an Aristo.
Is it an Aristo?
Yeah.
Oh, I
It's
thought
an
it was a big Mercedes. Well, it's basically a big Mercedes. It's a smaller
yeah,
Mercedes.
Same.
I always thought
I'm
it
now
was.
questioning it.
Are you sure it's an Aristo?
I
thought it was a
built
big
my whole
S500.
personality on this.
I thought it was.
I
I thought it was an S500.
I might be wrong.
It's the
Does
same
Santa
headlights.
Pod suck, or is it good? I'm going to say Santa Pod is loads of good fun, and it's fantastic, but it's a bit like...
Yeah, carry on, Alex.
I'm gonna say something terrible that I'll probably regret. It's a bit like fucking... I can't use that analogy. That's terrible. It's...
How good is
good
this film?
in small doses, but if
Yeah.
it becomes the only thing that you can drift at, then yeah, it gets a bit.
That was Ollie
monotonous.
undertaking.
I think I did
Jonathan.
about 4 or 5.
It's a fucking Mercedes S500.
Sorry.
I did about 4 or 5 back-to-back pod days, and after that, I don't actually think I ever went back.
The
And
last time I think we
it's
went
because
was a 300, wasn't it?
I did it excessively.
Was it 300 we last went?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was that picture of me with no helmet, no
Yeah.
seatbelt, both windows down, roofs off, with my arms out the window, touching the gate whilst drifting.
That
That's
really-
an image that will never ever happen
See,
ever again.
I-
I'm
Really
going to find out. I've not
confuses
seen
me,
it for so long.
It feels very weird when I see people drifting at that
God,
with
that was
no
7
helmet
years
on.
ago. Yeah,
Like it feels weird to be at a closed place, but with
Yeah.
no helmet on. And then
doesn't feel natural at all.
to follow that up, I watched the LZ Fest from Canada, and there was loads of people just in t-shirts with like half cages. See, that's your hands at the window there, brother.
No seatbelt.
No seatbelt. It looks like
Ronald
you've been
McDonald
photoshopped
car.
in there.
Yeah.
It looks like you've been photoshopped. AI.
No,
could do-
there's a reflection of my arm,
I could do
my
some
skinny
Photoshop.
ass
I could
arm
do
hanging
that.
out the side.
Just ask ChatGPT to do it.
Yeah, ChatGPT.
Look at that, aiming for the barrels.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
To be fair, that was a really good day.
When was
It was
that?
good fun.
That's
It
the
was
last
Did you
time
know
I went.
Team Orange
2012.
drifted at Santa Pod?
really
Yeah. Team Orange. There's a video of Kuma Kubo versus Phil Morrison
At
at
Santa
Santa
Pod.
Pod.
on the same.
That's a sentence that would kill a Victorian school child. How fucking ridiculous is that?
That was 2012.
12, yeah, I was gonna
11
say
years ago.
11 years ago.
11
Wow.
fucking years ago.
Remember on the drive at Driftworks, there was a video of Kuma Kubo and Phil Morrison at Santa Pod.
I don't think Santa Pod sucks.
No.
Only purely for the fact that there is nowhere else to drive anymore.
No. Well, nowhere to drive. Like, Three Sisters exist. I don't know what it is about.
Yeah, but there's like no days.
The last time I went to Three Sisters, it was so different. And
That is the correct
there's like a
amount
right-
of pixels as
Oh,
well.
wow, look at that. 7 whole pixels with Team Orange. Last time I went to Santa Pod, last time I went to Three Sisters, I sort of went down, I then went right, and then I went round. I went
Yeah,
up
so
and
it
over,
was the
and
full
then I went round here.
full hairpin,
and
then
I
the
went
90.
round here, and then I went down round Luna. I know that
So-
one. I'm told that's that corner. I don't know corners.
Yeah, that's the one.
It's my first time every time.
Here's the interesting thing. When BDC tried to do, after Egan was finished with BDC
Yeah.
and moved it on, and all the Driftmasters layouts of that year were
Yeah.
really fucking long. Like it was the Polish stadium, not the one they're using now, but the one that like you went right. Like it was like
Yeah, yeah,
55
it was-
million turns, hit a roundabout, come back and do
Yeah.
it all again.
Like Jim Carner.
The one where that video. So yeah.
It's when Martin does the whoop.
Yeah, the moonwalk,
Yeah.
and where the video of Dean versus the other local guy who
Yeah.
was like a wild card go like at it. Not is it Bukowski, something like that? I'm not sure. I don't want to fuck off.
Sounds like a
But
composer.
that really famous Driftmasters video from that one there-
Tchaikovsky.
Yeah, Tchaikovsky came back. So BDC a couple rounds tried like making the tracks really long like that, and there was a couple of drivers couple of UK drivers
Couple of hundred.
who got lost before they got to the straight with Luna.
Hey, that would be me.
Yeah,
I would get
That would
very
be me.
lost.
And it was probably like, I got one of those, and then go this
I
way.
get
They
ADHD
probably would have had
drifting,
to have
just forgetting.
They would have had to have maps on the steering wheel, like endurance.
I mean,
I had
don't
I had a
laugh.
map of Teesside on my dash for about 5
The
years.
best- that big.
the
It's not
best,
that big, brother.
the best Alex
not that
ever did was when he had a map taped
I
to his
did,
dash.
which
have
is why I never took it off.
Have GPS. Just put double din
Do
there.
you know what
put
the problem?
GPS.
The problem was it was the round where they'd changed the clipping point. So there was the big outer clipping point, which was pretty normal, and then it was
They moved it in
down
inside,
the
wasn't
tires,
it?
and that was it. They moved it from an inside to an outside.
Yeah.
But I was like clearly unable to change this in my brain. I just kept on.
Monkey brain. Do
Yeah,
Do
and then who was it?
T-side
Was it
drive.
you that put the map in my
Yeah.
car?
We went
Somebody
and took one.
sellotape.
Yeah.
Someone got gaffer tape and
Yeah.
gaffer tape this
When
fucking
you
map
when
to
you
my,
when you want to be a
my
when you want to be a
fucking
spotter,
dashboard.
but you haven't got like a headset.
Oh yeah, we'd be in like Facebook Messenger. It's like,
so
Yeah.
dumb.
yo,
You, Alex,
I love
you're
when you
being
see-
stupid
I love
as
when you see
fuck.
Driftmaster drivers, and it'll be like they'll be on the start line, and you'll see like a phone come up, or like or once they finish the run, and they're obviously all watching it. Same with FD and stuff, but they're in
Yeah.
the cars watching. But you're in the Premier Drifting League, and you just do like,
yeah, Tinder.
Oh, yeah, like
I-
the absolute
I-
pinnacle of drifting.
I bet
Like, imagine
you-
if that happened at F1, like everyone's just like,
Yeah.
guys,
Lewis Hamilton.
To be fair,
what? We going now? The live now?
yeah.
Shit,
You fucking.
get it gone. So funny.
To be fair, it has to have that though, because Formula One at some point did have people refueling cars while smoking cigs. Like it has to have that.
Those are the goals.
Yeah.
Squeezing unwilling women's boobs. Come here, sugar.
While smoking multiple cigarettes.
Pissed up from the night before,
Yeah,
smoking, squeezing women
What I really
inappropriately.
like about old F1 is that you could have like a B car, so you could totally fuck it up on the first corner and be
Yeah.
like, oh fuck this, go back to the car and run to like the
Running
back
down
of
the
car.
pits,
Yeah,
yeah.
that thing's still on fire. Like someone will deal with that, not me.
Not my
Seeing
problem.
no red flags. Just keep going.
I'm paid to drive, not fight fires. Let's go.
Get it warmed up. You know what I mean?
Because the other ones do warm.
Yeah. It's in bits.
To
Do
be
I
fair,
know?
do you ever see the video? I don't know enough about bike racing, but there's a video of a fellow like going down hard on a motorbike, and he runs like what must be like what feel like 3/4 of a mile in full levers, like race levers, like curled up.
Oh, I've seen
and the
that, I've
bike
seen
gets started, and he just like. But I mean, in a car, you have a crash. You're in a piece of metal, aren't you? On a bike, when you've just done like 100 and stupid, fell off, slid, bounced across the grass,
Yeah.
then jumped up, then ran.
The last thing I'm thinking about is getting another
back
bike.
Get
on the
another
bike.
bike, and then
I'm
just
thinking,
going
I'm gonna
ribbit
go
off
hotel.
again.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna
Epsom salt bath.
Sit
Big
down.
massage,
Yeah,
go
yeah.
bed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go cry,
Poo some blood out,
cry and,
and then
cry and poo.
Cry poo.
internal bleed a bit.
Did you ever seen that video of the two
Wait.
bikers? So basically, he gets over this jar, right, and he's like leaning. No,
He does have internal bleeding.
it's
Just inside,
Two
though.
guys racing on bikes, and one leans over and grabs the brake of the other
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
I've
see
seen
that.
it. It's so
Imagine
bad.
you could do that drifting.
Oh
Imagine
my god!
Yo,
you find somebody who's right-hand drive versus somebody who's left-hand drive. You just
There's
do it,
some
just go like-
jeopardy.
lasso the fuck.
Yeah.
No, there's better than this. There's some
Flashback.
jeopardy. You just put like like the pull cords for fire extinguishers. You just reach out and just go, "Moink,"
Hit the
turn the
button.
car off.
Hit the big button. Yeah, that'd be sick. Imagine flash banging and twinning. How good.
Thing is though, do you carry on? Do you stay with them and wait for the?
I think what you do is
Spinning,
you
infinite
escape.
spin.
And I think
Let off.
if you see it come into your car, what you do is go down a gear and just hit the limiter.
Would you just try and fish it out and then
Yeah.
get it out?
Yeah, it'd be like the opposite of that video of the guy street drifting the '86 where the bag comes up.
Yeah, just get in the bag.
It's a
Yeah.
flashbang.
The,
God, I've not-
the
I've
bag
not
fucking
seen that
flying
in
about.
years.
Yeah.
I've been watching quite a lot of the
Old school shit.
Fucking hell! I've not
Because
seen
it's
that
funny
or
because
thought of that in.
obviously there's that
10
Verosa, the
years.
really famous,
Yeah.
the really famous one doing Oy Wharf. That car was like that car then went and did D1
Really?
2005 or 2005 I think it is Fuji. So that car is just doing street drifting with Nightwalker. And what's his name's in there? Cooney. Cooney's is there. He's ripping. Then I think it's Hirota. I think he was a Verosa. Hirota and the Verosa. He's ripping, and the magician guy as well, on the pink 110. That Mark Dixon ended up getting the ball for. That's fucking
Insane.
sick. Remember he took all the bits off.
Yeah.
That was fucking cool.
It was. Was it? What was it? Was it black? It was paint. No, it was.
Over
the
pink,
stickers
but
was just painted over the stickers,
they
didn't they?
didn't remove them. They just
sprayed
painted
over
them. He
pink.
just took some thinners and was
cleaned it off,
well,
and it was
back.
mint. Yeah, I fixed this.
Genius.
That's so cool. That
You
car.
must be the one guy in Japan that's doing
Who
the wiring.
who bought that? Who bought that?
That Jeek guy. His name was like Jeek on Instagram or something. But then Lewis can have it for a while.
Oh, did he?
So we put emotions.
Lewis has had some fucking cool cars.
Yeah.
Man.
He always makes money on them. It's fucking mad.
It's so frustrating.
He bought that silver so anyway, we put ZR10s on that car and it was really fucking sick. But then I think one of the guys from Disco or Techno has it now in Ireland.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
those
one of them's
boys.
got it now.
Yeah.
Lewis bought the world's, and I'm sure if he does listen to this, which he probably won't because he's too busy doing F1 stuff now, he bought this E30. We went all the way to somewhere for this silver E30.
North or south?
I think it was near Kings Lynn.
Oh, so south, very south.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's Norfolk
bump,
way,
Which
isn't
is
it?
the
Yeah,
worst way
bump
to
it.
go from where we were.
There's no motorways
No,
there
there's
at
fuck all.
all.
They don't believe in motorways.
And also
so.
they've all got webbed feet. It's weird.
There's all, do you know what I noticed as well? Loads of straight roads. Like they literally built that place and just went straight lines.
Roundabout.
Yeah, straight lines, roundabout, everywhere. Yeah.
Fuck that.
Milton
Street or
Keynes.
city.
So hard.
Yeah.
So he bought this E30 and I was like, don't buy this car. It's shit. It's too expensive.
It's an investment.
And it was like $2,000 or something. And I was like,
bad advice, Fraser.
and I was like, it's shit. It's so shit. It was like a 318 or something.
Oh, so
It wasn't like an M3 or anything.
probably only
mega.
worth a couple of $100,000 now.
Yeah. But then
Always
I remember,
$200,000.
I remember I took photos of the car and he put some, I think he got some rotors for it and put them on.
Yeah.
And it looked pretty sick as it was. And then he sold it for like $6,000. And I was like,
Bro.
He just falls on his
Bruh.
feet, that cunt, doesn't he?
yeah, it just works out. But he has a really cool
Bruh.
car. He had a Supra once, right? Built by Jamie P. Does that mean anything to you?
No.
He was like a Super Forum guy.
Oh, okay.
800 brake, Supra on methanol, Cyvex, all the bits.
What?
White Supra on CCWs. It was fucking mega. So we got into drag racing for a little while. So one of our mates had a GTR when they were still relatively new, 35. One of our mates has an HKS Kansai Supra as well.
I can tell you
Cool.
live where the oil money was.
Yeah, it was all oil money stuff.
Oil money.
Yeah, ain't nobody got a Supra in Aberdeen anymore. So we kind of got into drag racing for a little bit, and you go to Crail. It's like 2 hours south from us. They've got a drag strip. It was at a Clarkson.
Is it an eighth mile strip?
Yeah, because if you go the full quarter mile or whatever, you end up in the city.
In this, yeah.
Yeah, literally.
It's not full.
It literally,
is it?
there was nothing to stop you.
Yeah, it just goes straight off the end.
Imagine Santa Pod, but the last half is ocean. It's that. But it's really cool. The video of the John Hyper Lemon skyline from the Clarkson video, that's filmed at Crail.
Oh, is it?
And you can see the surface and stuff there. It's like the moon. It's incredible. It's where Mint crashed his MX-5 upside down.
Yeah.
After he sold the car.
Nice.
And then borrowed it for like a day, and then was like, "Well,
oh,
whoopsie,
bye,
bye." Anyway, so yeah, we were doing like the night before. We were doing some pulls in these 3 drag cars, and it was really fucking rapid. It was really fucking sick. Get back to bed at like 3-4 in the morning. That's cool. We got up for 6 to go to Crail. Get together, and we're doing a pull on the motorway on the way down, and big pull, and the car goes bang, and everything turns off. And we're like, oh no, clutch in, and we roll into this McDonald's car park just off the motorway, and we're like, what the fuck?
Everything off.
Turn it back on again, just starts up. Because the Cyvex is going,
I love
no,
I love
naughty.
yeah, stop.
Yeah.
So you hit the recall on the Cyvex, and it brings up on the Deffies what the boost
What was
spike
wrong?
was.
Yeah.
3 bar.
Oh my god. Was that 48
wow.
psi?
I've never
47?
owned a boost gauge that showed 3 bar.
No.
Wow.
1.8 and that's it. Yeah.
Wow.
So I had a big fucking spike. Then we went to this drag racing day. Our friend had this GTR that he literally just bought. It had a Y pipe on it when he bought it and had a remap, so it was like 600 brake or something.
Yeah, of course, out of the box.
Bad boy. Love a 35 GTR. Love a 35 GTR. But he's in the queue to get onto the drag strip with the owner manual, working out how to put launch control on. So he's like, whoa.
How to destroy the gearbox.
Yeah, how to wrench your gearbox. So yeah, that was mega. Lewis has had some really fucking sick cars. Yeah, very, very sick.
Don't forget to go to Blakemere tomorrow.
What's Blakemere?
Have you got a message?
No.
Oh yeah, I know. I'll do it. I'll do it.
I'll do it. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
We painted some pottery with
Is
our daughters.
Summit a cook?
Yeah, he 100% is. He is the opposite of Alexi.
Well, it says there. Yes,
anti-Alexei.
He is anti-Alexei.
Yeah, and I wrote that.
Yeah, so that means it's true.
The only thing, I mean, I've never met Samit. I see a lot of stuff about him on the internet. I've never watched any of his videos. I am aware of who he is. I don't understand how you can put a video about how foreigners are ruining a country when you're a foreigner in that country. I understand he's been there maybe for a long time. He's put a lot into it.
He is drifting pick me girl.
But I mean, irony at its finest. How can you be a foreigner saying why are foreigners ruining this beautiful place?
Do you know what's absolutely mad, right? The thing that everyone's pissed off about just now is that whole video of the car park and all the Australians like, don't fucking come back. That's all fine. That's what he wants. He wants to stay there. It's cool. I get it. Do you know what really fucks me off? Is people that view the Japanese as like a mythical race of samurai still. But like you don't just get pricks that happen to be Japanese.
Yeah.
You know, like everything's just like, so I saw
there is a big respect culture there, but it's not everybody. There's still dickheads everywhere.
Totally. Yeah. And like these Australian guys, like from the looks of things, whether or not they did or didn't pay for the car park, I don't really give a fuck.
Bearing in mind, there's also like I know the guys that are in that video. I met them when I first went to Australia. They are the nicest and like soundest blokes ever. And I 100% am not part of it. I don't know them well enough to be like speak to them on a regular basis. But I know full well if they say they have done, they definitely have. Like if they say they paid for it and had an issue with the thingy, I believe them.
Even if they've not, right? If I have to be somewhere and I'm trying to pay for the thing and it doesn't work and I just need to get the fuck out,
just leave.
I'm just going. Deal with it. I mean, they have legal cars, so you can trace them, you can find them. If I go into London and I just choose not to pay the ULEZ, that's fine. Just fucking find me and I'll deal with it. Yeah. I'm not coming over there. I'm not like, well, because I fucking hate everybody in London.
Fuck Japan. I'm gonna not pay for this.
Like,
I get it. Yeah.
Like you've got if they'd like covered their plates up and whatever. Like that's different. They're trying to skirt a thing, but whatever. You can't just think that like. It's not as deep. It's not so fucking deep. And everyone's made a big fucking
mountain have a molehill kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. A bigger problem is how Samit has made Yashio Factory so uncool by being so fucking low. And I am saying this, and I mean every word about it. He does all these weird things that like try and tell everybody that the Japanese are like these fucking. He treats them like with kid gloves, like. It's such a weird thing to do, to move to country and be like, oh, look how they serve the rice. And then they put the miso on top. It's just really respectful. And like, it's meant to remind you of Mount Fuji. Summit ASMR. Yeah, you know, it's just so fucking weird. It's like, you get fucking weird people.
Yeah,
you know, I mean. It's so weird. It's more upsetting to me to see someone.
It's easy content. It's low energy, low effort.
Yeah,
it's casuals, content. He makes casuals content.
I saw in the comments of that someone saying, "I really respect Samit. He's the reason I found out about Japanese car culture." And I was thinking,
that's.
Oh my fucking god, kill me! That's the most. That's like being like, yeah, I really got into fine art by watching Dave Benson Phillips and how he would gunge people. You're like, okay, bro.
The fucking fun house.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I just learned everything I know about solids from fucking Gordon Ramsay making a soup once. It's really fucking strange. Like, I don't know. Does it make me a weird old man?
The problem is it's very easy to talk shit about Samit. The downside is
he's a white YouTuber in Japan with pink hair.
Yeah, it's very, very easy. It's like one of those where you find out in 10, 15, 20 years later he was doing terrible noncy things. I mean, whatever, you know, each to his own. I don't think for one second he has or is doing, but I'm just saying he's got that, you know.
Hypothetically on Minecraft.
Hypothetically. And again, I've probably watched about 2-3 videos, and I was like, that's all I need. I'm good. I think give someone the benefit of the doubt, and I ran out of benefits.
He's got videos of going to quite cool places.
Yeah.
But then,
and interesting shit. I watched that one with the GTR, the 34 GTRs in a fucking warehouse. They're all in bits, and I was like, fucking hell, that's fascinating. I wouldn't have known that existed if it wasn't. Fuck you.
But then it's like, I just think it's so painful. Yeah. And like it's just got real weird.
It mustn't be nice though, like your full country is kind of being like, don't come back.
Yeah, that must feel like shit.
It must feel a bit fucking gay.
Which will only
to be
make him
fair.
double down more.
Like well, I mean,
Yeah, that's another thing as
yeah.
well. He seems to fucking love this shit.
I mean, it probably is fucking amazing to live there and do all of this cool shit.
He loves this shit. He loves. He
the
loves to
drama
be-
side of it,
Yeah,
but the
it's like-
controversial end.
because it works, right? He gets paid.
It does work,
goes
yeah.
on.
It
Gets
does
paid.
work. Yeah.
Exactly, but that's that. You could say that about fucking anyone who's into YouTube in that way is doing that purely for. But you know what's nice is like there's people like Jimmy and Adam who seem to just crack on, be happy, do cool stuff, don't have to create drama and get views. Mad how that works, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
I mean, do you think Jimmy's going to be driving in Drift Masters next year?
mean, obviously.
I think he is.
The thing is, it's like I struggled watching that video to be like, I really like Jimmy Oakes. I do like Jimmy Oakes. He's a really nice guy. He's a fucking solid guy. I don't know why he's bought that S40.
14.
Just by any other point.
No,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just like when I look at that, I go, oh god, I've not seen one of those I've not seen a clean, unmolested rear quarter in like probably 10 years, and there's one, and it's about to be butchered. and it's fine. It is fine, but it's like
No, I get it.
He doesn't need to do
Yes,
that. He
but-
could do.
But this is
If I was
something
doing
else.
my car
But he is-
again,
I
I would
know,
go back
I know,
and I would buy
I
a
know.
bone stock Minter.
But here's the thing:
and
I
would fuck it up.
have seen hundreds of comp car S14 comp cars. I've seen hundreds of them. I know, it's a and what the reason why he's doing it is because it's a tried and tested.
Yeah, he just
formula
wants
that
to
works,
go and be
that's
competitive
why.
straight
and that makes
away.
Sense.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
makes sense.
Which I
And
think is a reasonable
it
thing
makes-
to be like.
He's
Let's
got
go, just go and do this.
seemingly he's got a very short space of time.
Yeah, which is
to do it.
S14 done.
And it does make sense, but like.
If it was me, S13 is what I would do
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
they seemed as a chassis
Out of the box,
miles
they seem to
better.
have a more grip than every other fucking S.
I mean, it's simply like obviously
The cheetah
Jamie's-
car.
Yeah, it's a cheetah car. It's
It's the
180
cheetah car.
all day. Pick that.
S14 seems to have this.
It's a middle
problem
ground.
with-
Things
you
are
have to
S14.
do a lot to
I think
it
you
to
have
make it
more.
everything you want it to
There's more parts available probably for a 14.
Yeah, probably.
Like that's probably just easier to get hold of. There's
Yeah.
more of them.
Also, the less
more shit
I'm
available.
going to say the less rotten, but
No, I don't.
I think they're all
Same,
the same boat.
Same. Yeah.
I mean, I bought an S14 because I didn't want a rotten S body.
Amazing.
I've replaced the sills
Fell
twice
apart,
now.
yeah.
I've replaced the floor
You've
nearly 3 times. In total, if
your
you
car's a
classify all the
trigger
bits.
broom, big time.
Oh, it is trigger
Roof
broom, yeah.
left. That's
The
it.
roof is all it's like. Even that has been cut out.
Quarter
and put
glass?
back in
Let's
and
see
built.
what 2025 brings together.
Quarter glass.
Yes, that sounds very
yeah.
SEMA 2025. The rear quarter glass, yeah, those are original.
Original rear window.
The rear window's original.
See, mine's not. My rear window's been replaced, but the quarter glass is still original. Doors have been replaced. Windscreen. Roof is so quarter glass and the roof is the only things that I've been fucked with on my car.
Because this is the thing, and then when you see like a completely stock S14 in like I don't know, I look at that and I think, oh, wouldn't it be nice to like restore it?
No, I know, but
That's so
at
lame.
least it
Because
had
you want
Honda.
to see Jimmy.
At least it had
actually
Honda holes
rip.
in it because I didn't feel as bad then.
But then
Someone's
part of
fucked with it.
Part of me feels like he's got so many cars that he could just turn into an absolute fucking.
It's the
batshit
YouTube
crazy.
problem again, though, isn't it? Like I remember, was it Dave that was saying that once you're on that wheel, you constantly need to be like almost flipping cars. You need to be like this new car, this new build, this next thing, this new thing, this new
maybe
thing.
that's it.
And Jimmy's just not selling them. He's just acquiring more and more. It's going to be this new unit, this new warehouse that I've got, this new. I've moved Jay Leno out and I've moved my 400 S bodies in.
It's on R32,
fine.
it's in-
It is fine. I don't. I'm,
Somewhere, yeah.
Unit 3 or 5. I don't know.
yeah.
Which
It's available.
which warehouse?
As
Yeah.
such a car giveaways.
But that's,
I'm waiting-
that's the way it goes, I think, with YouTube. You have to constantly, you get that uptick of the new car thing. And
I know,
then-
but it just comes. I don't know. It
I'm
comes
waiting for the
across
first
as-
American YouTuber to buy one of the rotating Japanese car park things.
Oh yeah.
Somebody's got to do that.
In for that.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I like the ones that come on like there'll be 2
Yeah.
conveyors like this, and then it'll select one.
Imagine the thumbnail. I bought a what?
It is hilarious. The thumbnail. What did we?
I bought a
What
what?
were we laughing about the other day? And we both literally at the same time did the hands on head, and both said almost instantaneously when YouTube thumbnail. We just did this.
Christ, fucking bike. But yeah, anyway, good luck to him. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's
I'm interested to
Is
see
he
what it
entering
does.
Drift Masters, is he?
I think he will probably do a round or two. I would
think
like
so,
to.
I think so many people underestimate how fucking intense that series is.
Oh, 100%.
Look at Naoki Nakamura.
Yeah, 100%.
Goblin King himself
Yeah.
comes over, can rip, is really fucking fast, but like you then see like
It doesn't click.
random man from Estonia is just like, yes.
Glued.
Just in him.
Yeah.
Oh, you are Nakamura.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
You know, it's fucking
I
wild.
saw you on one video once.
I really like, and then that Nakamura technique study guy, you know, the South African guy.
Yeah.
He sat at home just like, how can I make it that he didn't lose because of anything else? How can I thought that was you making that noise.
You're having a dream, little dog. Are you okay?
Oh, did I wake up the dog with Nalky noise?
No,
yeah, you did, yeah.
Sorry,
you were
dog.
communicating.
Yeah, like,
Dream barking.
so I'd easily say he's one of the best drivers in the world. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But he was mid-pack.
Yeah, but would you say that was talent, or was that
No, I
car and
think
prep?
I think you need to get to a second season to kind of actually work out. I think
You're
it's
right.
such a drastic change.
I think, is he going to be doing another season?
He said in his little video thing that, like, depending on budget.
Well, yes.
But I mean, would you want to come over here and get like whooped? Second time.
Yeah.
Well, we spoke about this last time, like how much that series costs per round.
Yeah.
It's going to be so much money. I don't know exactly.
But
I don't
even
know how
just
that could
logistics
cost,
of traveling.
Yeah, exactly. That's like
Imagine,
it's so
imagine,
much
imagine
money.
I was like,
Team.
I just joined Drift. I've just joined Drift Masters.
Mm-hmm.
You get a free entry, but you got to cover your own petrol just to get to Spain, and then it's Spain, Ireland, Finland,
Estonia.
Space.
Estonia,
Yeah.
Stockport.
Costa del Stockport. You know what I mean? Like,
Round the pyramid.
Oh, by
Hey,
the way,
mate, that'd be sick.
you're in Ireland at the start. We're going back there at 6. So
I think last year I had a more difficult route, though, if I remember right. I can't really remember the layout, but I'm sure it was like all the Europeans had to then come to Ireland, then go back out to Finland. And I remember when Ollie Evans drove to the Swedish round.
Mhm.
Like, you think like, oh, just get a boat. You go England, then go right on the map.
Yeah.
You end up in Sweden.
Yeah.
But once you get there, it was a 10-hour drive
yeah,
to the track. And this sounds like hell on earth to me. It didn't get dark there.
yeah, because
Oh,
you're so much
It was
closer to
daylight
the Arctic
the whole
Circle.
time.
That's one of those where you drive through the night and it becomes dawn and it's that.
It's been in
I'm
Scotland
tired and it's
in the
getting
summer
light,
at
or is
Driftland
light,
when we're all
yeah.
pissed and it gets to like 3 a.m. and the sun starts going back up.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, it never went
left.
down.
It never left.
And then you're going
I
maybe
quite like
another couple of 100 miles
Yeah.
further north,
That's where Stuart Lawson lives.
past Fraser's house.
It is past my house. It's even further north.
It-
I still think
Is it 100 grand a round?
to do it. No, I don't.
No,
think
Around?
like
No.
if you averaged it out, if I went, I'm going to buy a car and I'm going to do 5 rounds of the Drift Masters, and I wanted to. Because
I think
my
the
job
buying the car is the big problem.
my job is numbers. So like if I wanted to say I want to break this down on a round by round basis, buy the car, tires, fuel, do it, get it everywhere, 100 grand.
So what
for a year
what do you need realistically?
around.
You need to buy an S15,
Yeah,
chop into bits,
yeah,
put the Wise Fab on it.
yeah.
Because no matter what you think about the Wise Fab, if you're turning up there,
Yo, yeah. No.
and you don't have the,
yeah,
you don't
yeah,
have
If you
the
don't
thing,
have it,
This is
You're-
why I don't watch this shit.
yeah, you're bringing a knife to a gunfight if
Yeah.
you don't have it.
Yeah.
You know what I
Pinnacle.
mean? Just because of the angles, you're gonna have to build a 2J,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rippy 2J,
Yeah.
Samsonus.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to build Winters. You're gonna have to get the mega sticky Volino
yeah,
because despite whatever you think, you need to have it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if one person, it's mutually assured destruction.
Yeah,
yeah.
If you don't have the one thing,
You're losing.
then you just you're not losing, but you've wasted your money getting
Yeah,
it.
well,
You
there's
have
no
to
point.
leave
There's
the-
no
You've
point
spent-
going.
Yeah, you've spent $6,000 or whatever a round
Yeah.
will cost you to do on tires and
Yep.
just spend and people to get there, or whatever.
Fuel,
maybe $6,000
Proper
fuel.
fuel, VP.
Yeah, getting there.
Whatever.
You know what I mean? And
Oh,
that's
you,
it.
you, have
That's
to,
it.
you have to leave the tyres in bleach overnight, so
Yeah, yeah.
they're falling apart when you put them on the car.
And that's if nothing breaks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you don't do a turbo, whatever. And
God.
every single
Yeah.
part of the cars,
I've got a headache.
yeah, you know, it's absolutely well. But if you've got a chance of winning,
It's worth it.
yeah, well, it's not for the
Well,
financial, but for the
no.
able to say, because I do honestly think you could bring FD drivers, and I think they would
struggle, I
they
think.
would fucking struggle.
Yeah.
I think you could bring FD Japan drivers, or D1GP drivers, and I
Yeah.
think they'd be kind of close because you watch them do scuba. They're doing the massive rapid angle change, and there's the rate to angle thing that
Yeah,
Drift
yeah.
Masters does really well, and the D1GP does really well. I don't think FDJ does it that well, but D1GP seems to. And I think they could all get bodied off like a random man from Estonia.
Yeah.
You know, which is like the
that no one's ever heard of, and he's just built this.
Yeah. Look at that.
Mental car.
In that
E30 with 75,000 brake horsepower.
But look at that that really famous Drift Masters video now of Dean versus the Polish guy whose name I don't know. I'm very sorry. Where the thing goes on forever, like that guy was a wild card.
Yeah. Just random dude.
And just basically.
Hello,
I'm
here.
Dean, are you?
I arrived.
You've done loads of stuff, have you?
I go fuck.
I live 15 minutes from here.
15 minutes from here.
You know, and that is a wild battle. But it's the same when people come to Ireland as well, and the Irish.
Yeah, there's a lot of the Irish dudes. That's so fucking good.
I guess it's the point of a wild card. But I mean, I think if you put any of the FD drivers, there's like 4 FD drivers. I think they could get to it.
Chelsea, I think, could probably do okay. I think Chelsea's a good driver.
He is, but would he bother?
No, why would you want the stress?
No, he's out of comp driving now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Seemingly, so.
I think Audi could maybe do it.
Yeah.
Audi Batchis. Because there was points.
Not Audi Mandrell from Star Wars Episode 1 Racer.
No. He's locked in that cartridge forever. I think because there was bits at like FD Atlanta where like Audi did like mega, like it looked like European like Drift Masters driving where they was like on the door, and like Ryan Turk was like fuck this escape road and like disappeared and then tried to do it backwards and basically just crashed in loads, and I think and
then Forsberg takes the win.
I loved the comments on FD. I love watching the comments on FD because whenever something weird happens, it just says, "Damn, gone off script again." It's one of my favourite. And then Jared mentioned it a few times, and it was pretty funny. So here's what to talk about. So do you know who Diego Higa is?
No.
Brazilian guy who's driving Ryan Turk's old GTA 6.
The Ferrari one.
No. Ferrari engine, not a chance. The one that he competed in and like won stuff with.
Oh, the good one.
Yeah. I think is it a 2J or a V8? Don't know. Whatever the 2 is, but it is the same car.
Yep.
Because it has like Ryan Turk's name on the rocker covers.
Right.
But he's got
obviously
that JDM Supreme guy's running the car and stuff.
Yeah.
So Higa has like tons of Brazilian fans because he's like the biggest drifter in Brazil, I guess.
Yep.
And he's doing FD. It's like when Dean came from Ireland and all the Irish were like, "Fuck, gotta support the guy." You know what I mean?
The Brazilian dudes go ham as well.
Yeah.
The South American dudes. Remember the fellow who came and looked at the car and then he just erupted. There's a reason that Low Origin turned off its comments and notifications.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Jesus Christ! For
Martin
about
Gallego.
6 months, yeah.
The Argentinian guy.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Yeah,
the comments were insane.
They
send
one post that's like, "Show them how much we love them."
Yes. It was off.
Yeah.
Turn the
Same
phone
happened
off.
to Driftworks,
It was
like,
insane.
remember Phil being
Insane. Show them how much we love them.
Has something bad happened?
Turn it off. Yeah.
Arg.
Yeah. Arg the whole time.
And then it was
Loved it.
the flag, the Argentinian flag, over and over and over again.
Loved it. That was insane.
Yeah.
That was a wild time. I remember because I hung out with him a lot when he was here. I took him to the Daikoku night at C&M and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so that he come to Driftworks, we did the tour and stuff. And then I was like, "Oh, what's your plans tomorrow?" I'm going to Low Origin's HQ, and I was like, "Alex's house."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Cool, man."
Enjoy his house.
I don't enjoy my house. It would have made loads of sense when we still had the unit.
Yeah, it would have been cool.
Enjoy the house.
But,
But that was cool. So Diego Higa, Brazilian driver in FD, whatever the top pro spec, whatever it is, the top spec one.
Super pro.
Super pro. Yeah.
It's not.
Pro am, super pro. Pro's brother's cousin's uncle.
Super duper pro.
Yeah, mega pros.
Prolapse.
Then where Ricky Emery lives.
So he whenever he would go on, the comments would just be Brazilian flags. It would just say, "Let's go Higa, 2 Brazilian flags, Higa 2 Brazilian flags," and it would spam the chat. You'd have all these Americans that were on the comments like, "This is an American live stream," and it would get so racist so fast. It was so incredibly funny watching these people lose their mind that people were speaking another language on a free live chat, to the point where I started going on Drift Masters and going on their live chats and just writing Higa 2 Brazilian flags. My favourite game, because you see people who obviously watch both, they're just like, "He ain't even in this one."
He isn't even in this one.
He's not even doing this one. Yeah, that's pretty mad. Those live streams are a good place. You should watch.
They're not at all.
The FD admin is pretty funny for the live chats because he would be like, "Do you think admin sucks? Are you mad at me?" And it'll be like a poll and stuff. Oh yeah, it's really really funny.
Yeah, there's the.
I still want to do my my idea for FD and for Driftmasters. I'm not going to mention
if
it.
I could figure it out.
We need to speak to
Jono
about
figure
doing
it out.
Yeah, we need Jono to figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
It's going to be difficult. Yeah,
That's a great idea.
I've thought about this so many times that I've and we've gone, yeah, we'll do that.
And then
how do we do this? How do we do this?
How do we?
Exactly. None of it works.
That's how you do it. You just literally like screen record, put it on Twitch.
Yeah. I know.
Make it super bootleg illegal.
I know.
So there used to be a way you could watch the F1 maybe 2 or 3 seasons ago. It was this.
Oh,
this
it's the Russian
website.
streams.
Yeah, the one that
the
played the Russian national anthem. No matter who won, it would be the Russian national.
Or
anthem.
Supermax.
Brilliant.
It would just play Max, Super Max, and then play the Russian national anthem.
Yeah.
And then whenever it would mention Mazepin, it would have like the pinhead version of it, where it was extended. And whoever was running this live stream was
Formula One chat. Alex has lost. He's just
great. It was great.
It was good.
You felt like you were part of something.
It was
like watching Stern show.
I would
jokes.
actively not watch actual Formula One to join that stream. It was worth it just for the hilarity.
One
and
of
then
the most
the
successful comments at the moment on Low Origin is one that I made where I said, I just don't understand F1. I can't understand
the problem is Formula One people want to justify
hundreds
it.
upon hundreds of likes.
Yeah, but people that like F1 were like, oh, well, what you need to do, it's all about the strategy and all about the paying extra for the Formula One this, and so you can bring up the 14 different screens of seeing who is here in the mid-pack, and it's just like, bro.
No, you just need to watch it with Rich Satterfield and he'll tell you why you're wrong.
Yeah, that's probably
Basically,
what I'm doing.
He will just tell you that you're wrong and Ferrari is best.
Yeah.
No matter what they're doing, Ferrari is best. Don't question it.
I haven't watched any Formula One for so long, and
maybe that's something we should do, is then do a live stream of us watching it with fucking Richard.
Watch it without the HUD. There's a version without the HUD, and you've got to try and explain what it is, like explain what's going on. I think that'd be way better.
Yeah.
Or like with no knowledge at all, just
none of that.
Well,
it's like
driving
around.
around.
Call of Duty Hardcore.
This is Lewis Hamilton. Apparently, he's a goat. He's a goat. Do you know, I really alright, we'll get off F1 quickly. Yeah. What I really like is everybody hating Max Verstappen for being rude and everything, and I was like,
being good.
Hey, he's just Dutch.
Yeah.
He's not rude. He's just Dutch.
What's his actual nationality? He's Dutch, but he's not actually Dutch.
Pennsylvanian Dutch.
Yeah. He was born somewhere else,
German.
but then lived there for a period of time and became I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. His dad's weird.
His dad looks like he kills people.
His dad beats every wife he's ever had. like legal. It's in like the courts.
Yeah.
His dad wants. Imagine, right? Your daughter's gets into horses. Or she gets into karting.
Possibility. I can believe that.
No, we'll go karting.
It's not a stretch.
And you've taken her to her first karting, third karting, fourth karting, and she comes fourth because she just didn't really try hard enough. Would you ever just leave her at the petrol station to teach her a lesson?
I probably wouldn't.
No, because that's your child.
Yeah,
you've raised that child. You're legally responsible for that child.
Yeah.
But also you love that child.
Yeah.
You had that child.
Petrol station.
You came fourth. Fucking stay there.
Wow.
Someone else. I only have winners. Yeah. Someone can have my fourth.
Only have winners.
This must be the postman's.
The Shanahan's third brother.
Secret one.
The one that lives on the scrapyard, never gets seen. He came fourth once and that was it.
He's come fourth.
Behind the shed.
In this house, we only come first.
I really don't feel comfortable discussing the Shanahans.
I'm we're only joking.
No.
Jesus Christ. Very competitive.
In Minecraft.
Do you know what I really liked as well on Jimmy's channel, where they kind of they've still got that like real grassroots
very
thing,
segue there.
like how their cars are built in a literal like melting shed. Like their cars are top tier, top Driftmasters cars.
Dean's. Jimmy. I thought you meant Jimmy Oaks.
Dean's is in a shed, but on Jimmy Oaks' channel he went to the Shanahan's breakers yard, and their unit was no bigger than our unit. Really has like really awful floor ramp things, but yet they're seemingly building
It looked a lot like your unit.
It was, wasn't it?
All
Wet
the
floor,
walls were empty and floors
wet
were,
floor.
Yeah, but like if there was none of the stuff there.
Yeah, like we just had all of our like the things that we were interested in. There was just plain garage.
By the best BDC cars, the best championship-winning teams cars were all tested on roads.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Public estates.
Yeah,
always.
Yeah.
Always.
Why do you think Tyson Short Course exists?
Yeah.
Like, look how many cars come out of there. Look how many like you see the Shanahans doing videos of like doing laps of like their bit.
Yep.
And it's like that's where the best cars are set up.
Yep.
You know,
It's very simple.
This is where we fucked up. Our cars aren't road legal anymore.
No, it's true.
I genuinely do. This is. I remember when you guys started getting trailers. It wasn't so much for you guys because your cars were so fucking stupidly low.
But we've never had more issues.
Yeah, because your car didn't have to drive to the event.
Yeah, no.
You could get it on the trailer.
Yeah.
It could be as fucked as it was, and then you go, I'll fix it before the next one.
But even then, like,
the day's here.
there was that transition year, which was like 2018-19, and where they were still road legal, and we still did a little bit of like fun street driving, where we'd like go out for like food.
Yeah.
Or we'd go and meet just like, oh, we're not going to go. We're going to go and do this. We're just going to go and think it. Or then, like, before an event, I need to know if this thing that I've added, I've done it correctly. Or just going to go, just not even like driving stupid. You're just going to go and do a food run, or you're just going to go get SK Pierce.
3 or 4 drives since you fitted the thing on.
Exactly. Oh, then you're not going to trailer it all the way up to fucking Scotland for it to fall apart.
What the fuck is that noise? Is that noise getting worse?
Bollocks. Like when before. It was one of the events, and we'd done definitely not criminal speeds, and I'd gone into 6th gear for the first time. And the
6th gear at 70 miles an hour on the motorway.
100%, yeah, cruising like no speed whatsoever. Not with Alex like this far behind my bumper.
The bumper's flapping.
And the fucking the reverse switch sensor fell out of the gearbox. And all oil went onto the hot exhaust and just filled the cab with smoke.
Immediately.
Instantaneously. And I was like, oh my fucking God, what the fuck has happened? Yeah. Couldn't see. And I mean, like...
What an entrance.
It was like,
and then you die.
Sick.
You immediately die.
Yeah. I can't see any lights. I can't see out of the windscreen or anything. And we're going so fast. And then instantly, at the point at which someone like goes like this, you were driving along, like really concentrating, and then someone instantaneously just went, well, you go, oh my God, how far away was that
You're
thing
trying
that
to
I'm
work
trying
in
to
your
avoid?
brain, like, I don't think I'm spinning.
I wasn't paying attention whilst driving before.
You lose all of your senses instantaneously, and then all I'm thinking is, I don't know how close Alex is behind me now. He was close before, and like...
It was quite obvious there was something wrong.
Yeah, I think you could see the smoke that was billowing out of the car as well.
Stopped.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I don't know where he is.
Like always, I'd spied when Saule had fucked up way before Saule had reached.
Former BDC team championship winning man stopped when things were bad.
Saule's still accelerating in sync at the roundabout.
Oh, I've just got to save Alex.
Doesn't look good.
Alex is in the pits. Alex at the side of the road, like, oh, that's bad.
Again.
Do you know my funniest ones?
Jesus Christ.
When I had the Laurel, I was doing legal speeds on a motorway.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what's that flappy noise? And I looked down, and my bumper, I was in the 3rd lane,
fourth
crime lane, and there was just my bumper, this lovely car modified Wonder bumper, just swinging out
in the passenger
into the middle lane. And I was like,
into the middle lane.
And I was like, that's bad.
Yeah.
And it was like a packed motorway, and I was like,
no
indicator on.
You know what? And then you think to yourself, but none of these cunts have fucking
nobody backed off either. Nobody, like, I had.
No,
to,
why would they? They'd be like,
oh,
this is fine. This is normal.
Yeah,
he probably knows what he's doing.
It's just a really wide car. That car modified Wonder. But I
heard it was wide kit, but that's
in a Nissan Juke.
Yeah, I had to like hustle to get across to get to the hard shoulder before this thing fucking fell off. I got to the hard shoulder, slowed down a bit, and the bumper just went bung, flew backwards. And I saw it swung back over again with momentum, and it just popped off there and just went
slid
for miles. And I was like, great, cool, hazards on. Jumped out of the car, walking back up the motorway, thinking, I've seen this on motorway cops. This is how I die.
Yeah, there's loads of signs above you that says pedestrian reports of pedestrian in road.
If you can read this, you are dead. On the bottom, that's what the bottom actually say on the bottom. Yeah. If you can read this, it's too late that JFK's head did that. So it just did that. It's so weird. Heads can just. So that was a pretty good crime one. That was good. That was fun. What other good fun car falling apart stories are there?
Cars falling apart. Whenever we drive on the fucking roads, there was always. I remember there was a guy who'd filmed me driving when it was. Do you remember when it was black? It was Uras.
Yeah.
And it was on the way back from. So I'd gone to Liddon Hill with the Uras, and I dipped a wheel in the gravel, and it had just torn the entire kit to pieces. And then the ladder was it. It wasn't Callum. Was it Callum? It might have been Callum. And he'd been left to his own devices and decided to
zip tie the whole thing together.
Like, so Callum has narcolepsy. He falls asleep if he's left idle. So he naturally doesn't like. No, he does.
You know, Rat Race. Rat Race where
man's got a lock screen.
Well, yeah, basically.
Man has a lock screen.
No, he does. But he's great. He's never idle. He's never idle. Yeah, exactly. So he's never idle. So like, you leave him somewhere. And without, I wouldn't say, can you do that?
Crashes.
You just do it.
Yeah.
And he zip tied the entire bumper back together, and I was like, fucking hell, that. I mean, it was smashed into about 20 pieces.
Yeah.
I was like, fucking hell, that actually looks like a Euro, so you've done a good job there. He's like, yeah, no worries. So I drive home with this from Liddon Hill. And some dude's like, there's Alex Lower that you. Yeah, and the picture is so funny. The side skirt's like up here. The front bumper is like flat against the radiator.
It's eating itself.
And then the sides of it are coming up around the wheels.
Looks perfect.
But as I'm here like this, just driving along,
looks fine.
I can't see any of that shit.
I bet my car looks sick.
The caption was something like
stay this dickhead.
No, like sick car, like
hashtag shed of the day.
Yeah, like Alex Law, sick car, mate. Yeah. Like,
nope,
not sharing
please,
that, bro.
I'm gonna untag myself.
Yeah,
because it's
please
so
delete
bad.
this from the internet.
Just flapping.
But it was
everywhere.
like when we freshly finished my car with the livery, and all three cars were liveried in 2018, and we drove to Great Bear at Carrington, and my car undressed itself on the motorway. All that front side, like front wing, skirt.
new.
I saw Origins new livery. There was a bit over there.
But it was like
it's not on the internet. It's on the M6.
Because the way I'd done it, I'd had the skirts like holding the bottom of the wings in, so then a bit of wind had got under the skirt and pulled it out the door.
How
And that was it.
How dare that wind get your poorly fitted body
aero.
kit?
It was Harley that pulled alongside in his girlfriend's car and went, "Your wing," and I'm like, "What?" He's like, "The wing," and I'm like, "Yeah." And then I look this way and I could just see the fucking wing on the passenger side, like fully
when
in
you can
the air.
when you can see the side repeater
Fuck's sake.
from the driver's
Yeah.
seat.
Getting awful bright the faster I go. That's weird, but it's orange. Very strange.
I'm indicating, and I can see the indicator. Yeah. That's like. But then driving them on the road was how we realised things like never attach the fucking. If you want to run the car low,
never attach the bottom of the
bottom of the
wings.
fucking wings.
Yeah.
Because I did that for ages.
Yeah.
And I was like, I keep on splitting
Bursting
the
the
thing
fucking.
And if I wasn't driving the car on a regular basis, I would have never
known that.
Figure out. Of course, you fucking figure it out. But it's just stupid things.
The first weekend after I moved down, there was maybe not the first week, because the first weekend I stopped into the unit. So when you were wholesale the bonnet and not doing a very good job.
Yeah, wearing Greg Tubbs flat cap.
Basically with like a plastic cup, essentially trying to drill through the bonnet with the screamer. That was good. It was like the next weekend there was a Rocky on, and I was like, oh sick, all my mates I only get to see once a year whenever they go to STL or whatever it would be. I can just go see them. That'd be cool. Some mates are going to Rocky. That'd be sick. And then being on the motorway, it was when it was all that 50 mile an hour.
Oh yeah,
it was fucking ages.
And just in the distance I see, is that Kevin? It's a beaver tail Kevin. Is that Alex? There's Alex there.
Yeah.
Fuck, he's on this road. And I think I'd passed them.
Good old Kevin, the Kevin the Beaver Tail Transit. God, I fucking missed that thing.
Do we know the reg of Kevin?
No, he's long gone.
Do you think he's long gone?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
I think the less
sad.
you look into Kevin's.
I know, but we have done some mileage in Kevin. Mileage.
Kevin.
Kleben.
The thought process when we were driving back from
11.
Leeds when we picked him up of how we came up with that name was purely based on the age of him and what we think that someone from that time period was going to be called.
Shops in Morrison's because it's a local butcher's.
Yeah.
Morrison Street.
But you can shout that name when it breaks. Kevin!
It's a good dog name as well.
Kevin!
And he'd break in the shittest way, like it was fixable every single time that he broke, but we wouldn't ever have the thing to fix it.
Do you remember? And Matt, what's his name? Matt Stevens said He said, never go full throttle.
Yeah.
What, in Kevin?
But he said it in a jokey way, so
Yeah.
I assumed it was a joke.
Too fast.
But if you went full throttle in Kevin, there was a series of complex zip tie arrangements that would snap and leave you without an accelerator pedal. And at that point, you would have to drive off the motorway with zip ties, because obviously you had zip ties with you. Zip ties through, because I couldn't figure out the arrangement to make the pedal do the thing that it was meant to do. Because, whatever. So I
Zip ties through the window.
So I zip tied through the window, and I...
Is this like when Mr. Bean sits on the roof and he's got pedals to do it all?
I drove back from Barton Bridge, like that, and then we figured it out. And then it just happened again. It would happen, and it was only when you went full throttle. But the problem is, because Kevin had 72 brake horsepower and
weighed 4 tons.
And it was 2.7 tons
with nothing on the back.
So
every time we put anything on it, we were illegal.
You're already overweight.
Yeah,
literally already overweight.
You got the ramps down and it went too much.
Yeah. Bear in mind, it wasn't an aluminium bed.
As well.
It was
So
5mm steel bed.
So stupid. I don't know why
the ramps were 14 miles long, steel square hollow section, checker plate, steel top. Like Kevin weighed serious when we put big cars on it, and we put SEDI on him. Remember?
You put SEDI, but then I also put
he didn't move because he had ambulance springs.
Yeah, well, that's the problem.
So Alex had worked out that you could get an ambulance rear axle,
which made it
faster. So, but you
slower.
Came with it was a longer ratio on it. You could go faster, but was harder to get there.
Yeah.
Or was it the other way? I can't remember. Anyway,
story of my life, mate.
But because an ambulance obviously has all of the weight in the back, dead people, shit like that.
Hopefully not dead people.
Well,
okay, I get where you're going with this.
Rubbish ambulance was Kevin.
All of the equipment.
That's why nobody cared that his axle
it doesn't go to hospitals. Goes straight to morgues.
So this one seems to have a lot of people only seem to die in this one.
It's a hearse.
Can we get it gone?
Can you imagine
big yellow hearse
getting buried in a hearse that's a fucking transit beaver tail?
So, but the leaf springs were rated for higher weight, so we could put the shit on it that was too heavy to actually go on Kevin, which was everything. But it made it look okay and fine.
Oh, it didn't squat as much.
Because the bigger springs, or the more heavy duty springs on the back, made it look more legit.
Yeah,
that was the only reason it looked legit.
Once you put those springs on, the whole thing was so much better. It looked more legit. But then saying that, it was always illegal.
Literally any car, even the
Panda.
You had 700 kilos of wiggle room, and no car is 700 kilos.
No,
nothing that we fucking own anyway.
No,
nothing.
I really liked that one Speed Hunters article that was about people towing to Doryfest one or whatever it was, as if the whole of UK, or when everybody got their towing licenses, they could
just by proxy,
as if the whole of UK drifting wasn't built on illegal towing.
Oh mate, we used to
anybody had a license.
We used to have our route. We used to have our route planned. We'd go up the M6 to where the first Vosa point was. We'd come straight off, get McDonald's there, and then do all the country roads until the Vosa point was after that. Back on the motorway. Done.
You planned that shit.
Yeah, we knew.
You planned it
because
and you'd have somebody.
Of course, we planned it. We're doing crime.
We're doing crime. The secret ingredient was always crime.
Always crime.
The problem was, you'd try and make it so there was someone who was vaguely legit at the front.
Yeah.
And then do you remember that there was a
patsy?
Yeah,
like the guy that they set up to kill JFK when his head just did that.
Lee Harvey. Was it Lee Harvey?
Legend Harvey.
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Big man.
Oh Christ. But yeah, you'd have someone at the front to
take the shit.
Take the hit.
Yeah.
God, the shit that we used to do just to go drifting.
I remember before I really knew about tyre sizes and what they actually did when I first got the Laurel, and you probably as much as I know now. I remember I did a drift day and Lewis had come down and he was like, "Oh, I've got a pair of 18-inch tyres. You can just have those for getting home on." I was like, "Oh, sick." Killed off the tyres I had, put them on, and they were fucking massive. Hit the arches, obviously.
245, 55.
Yeah, it was a 285, 35. Or it was something huge anyway for the size of wheel I had, and I was like, that's weird.
On an 8J.
Hey, do you mean that all tyres are different? They're not all the exact same.
They're just round and go on.
Stretched that way.
But have tread, so good. And having to take everything out my car, put it into my friend's car. I was going back to Aberdeen, but nowhere near my house. So they were now part of my fuck up.
You're now fucking other people's lives over.
I didn't know shit.
I used to,
And now you're coming with me.
Yeah.
We are soul bonded
Yeah.
until I get my stuff out of your
we're
car.
all going to have a bad time.
You are mine now.
It's gonna suck for you
Yeah.
and me.
Yeah.
And you don't even get to make it home after this because we're going to my house and then you've got to go home.
Yeah.
And how to raise the car outside drifting, raising the coilovers. It just sat on the tires. Otherwise, it was so fucking shit. How shit are cars?
Yeah, the thing is, do you remember when we raised the 14 by the side of the motor on the hard shoulder?
You did what?
We had something had failed. It was on the way back from Linden Hill.
Beep this.
And
I was gonna say
no, it raised it because something had collapsed so that the wheel wouldn't move.
Oh.
And what was it?
Just too.
Oh no, shit! I know what it was. It was I got a flat tire on the front, and we put a rear wheel.
Yeah, on
we
the
had to,
front.
Right, so
I remember
I'm
this.
driving back.
I remember this. It was an 11J on the front.
And
But only on one side, not a pair.
yeah, just on one side. But the thing was,
as if you're like one of those fish that have like a bulge on the side of
Yeah,
their face.
it's like Mongy goldfish.
But in order to make that happen, I'd had to raise one corner.
Yeah.
So then it was John Carney, wasn't it, that did that?
Yeah,
And
random.
I didn't make him do that.
He chose.
He chose to do that, and I stood
Watched
there,
him do it.
and I was like, I said, if I see a car coming to kill you, I'll
Run away.
tell you.
It'd
And
be
we can
too
all
late.
run away and
We're
live.
about to die.
But yeah, and he did. We
That car's going to run
raised,
From miles
raised
away.
the car, then put,
John, you're gonna die.
John. And then
This feels unsafe.
we raised it. Do you know what the really depressing bit about that was? I remember we raised
Raising it.
and then we put the wheel back on, tightened it up, and it didn't move because the wheel was against the cup.
Oh God, yeah. Of course it did.
So then we had to take spaces off the
Back, put them on the front.
some shit like that, and then we had to put spaces on, and like the wheel was so far out. It was like this.
I don't think I like cars that much.
It's like we should have
The
trailers.
steering wheel was
Yeah,
absolutely
that's
pissed.
why you
We
get
should have
trailers.
trailers.
All the way back from
should have
fucking
trailers.
Linden Hill back up to Manchester, and I remember parking on the main road because I couldn't be fucking bothered with it. I parked on the main road. I didn't even lock it, and that was in the middle of fucking deepest, darkest Stockport. I just fucking didn't even lock it. Walked away. Didn't take the steering wheel out or anything. I was like, yeah, fucking take it.
Remember
So
one year,
depressed.
like, towards the last year I had the Laurel. I was like, I made it drive really nice and stuff. I had the Geomasters on it. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It sounded cool. I finally got an exhaust made up that sounded fucking sick, and it looked how I wanted it to look.
Time to sell it.
Well, no, I was like, I'm going to spend this year like changing the OEM bushes for like OEM bushes again. I'm not going to poly bush it, I'm going to rubber bush it again. And just make everything nicer in here. And just make it all nice because it drives really nice. I'm not going to do any more drift days in it because I can't afford to replace the bits. Sick, let's do it. And then everything started fucking breaking.
Yeah, it's always the way.
But always weird shit.
Yeah.
Dan Joyce has welded the clutch in that car, the clutch pedal,
What? Welded? Oh, welded the clutch pedal.
because it would break.
Oh.
So we made like a copy. So you get like a Nismo strengthening kit for S13 clutches. It's like a couple of like template pieces you stick on.
Yeah.
And so we basically just were like,
Is that when Renault got
Looked at it on
Yeah.
Google long enough, and Dan just went, "I can make this."
yeah.
yeah,
We were like,
yeah.
we were like, well, we're not
Yeah.
going to buy the actual bit, so let's just make some
Yeah.
bits. So it can't not help, and then it would break again. And I'd be like, so that's the first time I borrowed an E90 M3. An E90, yeah, the 4-door one was because I basically got home. I've come back from Cafe in a Machine, and I'm following Phil and Mal. They're in their car, and Mark's with them as well. And I'm like, oh, being cool guy, ripping along, fucking this stuff, sick. And then I clutch in, the pedal just goes boom,
Yeah, no pedal.
and I'm like, right, great. And the pedal's just limp dick on the floor, and I'm like, great, sick, cool. So I have to bump it in first, and then drive 40 minutes through Birmingham in first gear, and
No.
occasionally getting it into second.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can rev match and try and
Yeah.
do
But
a bit of
I'd
this.
never had to do this before, and literally,
I used to do that.
so like
got
Phil's
bored.
I never
Phil's
changed
mate,
gear.
Phil's mate Mark is shouting this from a McCann, like, just fucking in a second.
Yeah,
Like,
just rev it, and then you'll start to feel the stick loosen.
Yeah.
And when it loosens, just rev it a little bit more, and then just pull it into the neck.
doing that 40 minutes across Birmingham to my house.
Nice.
Parked up, and I literally walked in and launched my keys. And I was like, fuck off.
At the car.
Yeah, and it sat abandoned at my house, and I was like, "Has anyone got a car I can borrow?"
Nice.
And Dan was
What
like,
a
"Yep,
car,
take
though.
this car." So I took that car, and that was honestly that was the down point with Nissans for me. I sat in this E90 M3. It had red leather seats,
Everything worked.
black car. The TV was on.
The TV
Cruise
was
control
on.
was on.
The TV was on.
I went down to Newark, and I was doing the legal speed.
Pace,
and
crime. You're doing crime.
But
Don't lie.
My brain went, stop this. This isn't a fine. This isn't a ticket. This is jail.
Yeah.
Was it manual or was it
Manual.
SMG?
Ooh,
Manual as well.
Manuel.
I think if I sold up now, that's what I'm doing. E90 M3
There,
in oak green. In the is it Boston green or oak green with
BLW
gold
green. Bits.
BBS LMs?
LMs.
Yeah, they look fucking good. There's a picture. I'm gonna find it. Talk amongst yourselves.
Everyone is selling up.
Yeah, that's great. That is
Segue.
That's great.
This happened before though, when Rocky was over, and I imagine it happened before my time.
It did, yeah. No,
everyone was like, "Well, that's it. I'm selling my car. Fine."
Probably about 2012, 13.
Oh,
Phil
look.
Morrison had not done any.
Bye, Mini.
Oh, there's your Mini.
The last trip for the Mini.
Wow, what a piece of shit. That was a financial fucking waste of
Don't.
fucking time, wasn't it? Fucking. Anyway, everyone's selling up. Yeah, so it has come to my attention that a lot of people have sold up. And Matt Kerr.
I saw that.
Yeah.
The dude with the octopus on the side of his
No.
S13.
That's
Jonathan East.
That's Jonathan East.
Yeah, he had an octopus in his car.
He
Yeah,
did
it was
have an octopus on the side of his
orange.
car, yeah.
Orange. This is fine. This happened after Rocky as well. When Rocky was going, everyone's like, "That's it. I'm selling my car." That's fine, dude. Do it. It's not an airport. You don't have to announce. It's fine.
Yeah. No, you do have to renounce it so you can sell it.
No, that's not how it works.
That's
No, you just post it on Craigslist. Nobody uses it anymore, and it's fine. And the car never sells. It's fine.
And then it never sells, and then you have to break it, which is
wait.
what's happening. But
you
the
have to
problem
announce it. Is that why I couldn't sell my Celsius when I tried? Because I hadn't announced it.
That's it.
Great.
You probably should have, because I didn't know it was for sale.
Yeah, there you go. I didn't want to sell it. It's fine.
Didn't want to sell. That's the biggest problem with a lot of cars. Is if you don't want to sell them, you probably won't.
You know, I think the people that sell up though, clearly, not clearly they weren't about it. It's like I couldn't have the amount of money that some people have in cars and then be like, I won't just go to Santa Pod, or I won't just go to Three Sisters.
The thing I don't get, well, not that I don't get, is that we're sadly at a point where the vehicles are becoming.
Tell me that's not.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Peak.
Pretty cool.
I do
Wait
need
for
them
the
to be
front.
gold.
Wait
I
for
need
the
them to be
front.
gold.
Wait for the front.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
How good is that?
With the chrome grills as well. Adult.
That's what I'm saying. I'm out, and I'm driving that every day.
Yeah.
But I bet you're having a bad time.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You're having a bad time in that as well.
Yeah, 100%. But I'm probably just comfortable as well.
Probably just
But then
comfortable.
you'll accelerate.
You got to remember though, like when we pulled these fucking cars apart, which is now well over 10 years ago.
It's such a good looking car.
We were into uncomfortableness.
Yeah,
and
we're old now.
Shouty loudness and race carness.
The point of putting a set of coilovers on was so you could lower the car. Did it make it stiffer? Yes. It's a racing thing. But
I couldn't be bothered getting normal bushes. These ones are orange.
Yeah. Wait, they're solid and I don't have to replace them as much.
There was metal in the subframe, and then there was orange stuff everywhere.
Why would I bother with anything else? It's,
Why does my car rattle so much?
So-
Well, you've
I
put
know-
stiff engine mounts in and a solid fucking gearbox mount.
Do you remember the orange?
Do you remember?
The orange polyurethane mounts.
Yes,
that
Jap
were
speed ones.
Jap speed ones.
Yeah.
And if you tightened them up to the
They're just
appropriate
solid.
length, the little the silver bush
Yeah,
inside
it just-
became solid.
Yeah,
So
it
it
just
was
touched the top of the bottom.
engine, silver thing, and then the bush around it was irrelevant.
do anything.
You could literally fit them without the
Well,
bush.
that was a funny thing when you think about like bushes and
Stupid.
bushes from places like Jap Speed. When you look at the way they're designed and you think about it, you go, well, actually, that's just one long bolt. So when I tighten this up, that's what is dampening
That's
my
the solid
engine.
bit.
So that's solid. Whereas when you look at like a Cusco, because we've got, is it Cusco now or hard race mounts
Hard
we've
race
got?
mounts,
They
yeah.
are OEM style mounts that aren't connected. But that have different materials so that they're stiffer.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. That's why they're so expensive.
Do you think that some TikTok, Instagram kid is going to buy a 25 grand S14 one day and then have a look at their engine mounts and see hockey pucks.
100%. I had hockey pucks. I had hockey pucks for so long.
You've not got hockey pucks anymore?
No, I've got Dave made me buy proper engine mounts.
Made me.
Oh, he
Yeah,
did.
Made me.
No,
As
Dave.
if
No.
hockey pucks were ever the right idea.
I remember Dave having a
people
conversation
talking
with
about,
me.
people
You could have fitted those in 2012 and
Yeah.
definitely wouldn't have taken them off until 2021.
When
No.
someone
Well,
made him.
yeah.
When someone made him.
No,
it
when I
was up to him.
blew the third engine up and then went DY because
So what's
Dave
that?
literally
Is
said
that
to me,
nearly 10 years?
Dave said to me, was like, if you're
Imagine
doing this,
if it was the
do
hockey
this
pucks.
properly. Dave basically said, if you're doing this, do it properly and do all of these.
He was
things
actually
as
asking
well.
the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Could you just put any engine mount?
Could you put an engine
Could you
mount in
put
it, please?
not hockey
He's
pucks?
made
Not
an
hockey
assumption
pucks.
that you were going to put engine mounts.
I remember people would discuss on SXOC which ones were the best ones to use. Shut up, nerd. It's fucking hockey pucks.
But then
Shut the fuck up.
when I think about
all
it,
this
how
shit
did,
that
I,
was
how did
basically-
I put the hockey pucks in? I just drilled a hole through the middle of them and then bolted them, so there wasn't any mount in it whatsoever. I the thing about it, I didn't even drill them straight, so one hockey puck was like over here, one was over there. They were just a hole
You
straight
could
through
have
the
made it
middle of them.
sporty, like those, like those sweetie bracelets
Yeah.
with the different colours and
Yeah.
stuff. You could have
Yeah.
one there, one there. and
Do you
just,
remember when I
drill them
realised I could raise my... So I had one of those fake Tomy
Tommy.
aluminium sumps, and obviously
Porous.
I'd struck something. It was porous.
They were
yeah.
porous from out the box. You
Like,
poured oil in it, and it
and
just went.
then it
It
went
went
immediately
from silver,
black.
went black. You're like, ugh.
Oh, they've sent
with
me.
sweating.
They've sent me an oven tray apparently in the shape of a
It was
sauce.
Colander,
Like,
the sweat oil.
Everything you'd ever driven over would then become stuck
Oh,
to
it's
it.
fucking
And
absolutely
doing an oil
gross.
change was just a matter of time.
Gross.
All you had to do
No,
was just
you
park
didn't even
over a
need to do
grid.
it. You just
Consumables.
changed,
It
you
was
just
so
changed
good.
the filter and put more oil in it.
The
That
thing
was
is,
it.
though, someone's sat there and gone. They've like gone to the trouble of stealing the design of this thing. They've then gone. They have the manufacturing ability to make an aluminium
Yeah.
cast product,
In
and
the
then they've
right
gone.
shape.
What, should we use good aluminium? No.
No.
Do you know what? Do you know what I
Let's
think it is?
use bad aluminium.
I
where
think
it
someone's
will
gone like, just make this out of metal. Does it matter what kind of metal?
What's
I
it-
don't know
metal?
I don't know what they're for.
No.
What's it going to do?
What
what's
about
the part,
wood?
What's the part going
Yeah,
to do?
yeah.
Is it going to hold like things?
What's its basic
Is it
requirement?
Marbles? No,
I
no,
wonder
no.
if there's a
No.
production-
Liquid,
Marble.
There's a
liquid.
production line where one man's like pulling a stamp out. There's thousands of these at once,
Yeah.
and he's thinking he's doing this every day, going, "I wonder what these are for."
I hope they're not for like holding.
It's not
anything.
It's not his job to question. His job is
No, do you know what
do.
it is? No,
Just to do.
he's like, these are for an SR20. Well,
He knows.
if that's a sump, then usually sumps are just full of rod ends and bits of.
They'll hold those bits.
They'll hold those bits.
It's a tray. It's a container.
It's a container
It's
for
storage compartment.
SR20
It's
rod
a
bits.
storage
Yeah,
compartment.
for when they explode. Just holds all those bits.
I love when you see like things that have been cast pressed out of whatever country makes them, and like there's like non-threaded bits.
Oh yeah.
So that's meant to be threaded.
Yeah.
There's non-threaded. It arrives at somebody's door and they're just like, "Huh, that's mad."
that
because
doesn't fit.
I mean, somebody at some point has gone, "This is a weird shaped thing."
I better just leave this completely and not ask any questions.
Yeah.
Not my job to concern.
Yep.
My job is press button A.
Press.
Once thing finishes, cycle
Yeah.
B.
Yeah. That's it.
Exactly, done and dusted. But anyway, I had one of these sumps. I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah.
dragging us
Let's take
back.
on a weird tangent there. So
This in itself is a tangent. I had this sump, and obviously, eventually, I hit something, and because it's aluminium, it didn't dent like a nice steel one would. It just exploded. And I remember it happening and thinking, I turned the engine off immediately, and it was.
sounds bad.
Do you know what? It was fine.
No oil pressure. Instantly.
I got you know the stainless version of it afterwards and put
Yeah,
that on.
that is the actual Tomai one that then Tomai updated to be that.
And that was
gated
fine.
one, yeah.
But the annoying thing with that is the threads for the gates would fall out. Remember,
Yeah,
the
well,
gates would
they were
end up swimming around in the oil.
yeah,
the-
bro,
with
gates.
balls.
You open gates. Let
So
things
the
in and out.
Tomai ones were welded on.
Right.
They were
Yeah.
welded gates, and these were riveted on,
Yeah,
or self-tappered in.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
they
they're
were self-tappered. Yeah,
They went to a tip like a
Yeah.
wood screw.
Doink, doink,
Because that's what
doink.
you want in your sump.
4 wood screws.
Oh,
Full wood
listen.
screws.
Every Japanese company has all of the things made handcrafted by samurais in Japan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Honourable
Yes, Summit.
samurais.
Yeah.
Yes, Summit.
It's definitely not that they're made.
But
whoever makes them.
I decided that the solution to this was to raise my engine. And back then I had a Z32 gearbox. So I I literally put it, undid the hockey puck mounts or whatever the fuck they were. I jacked the engine and box up so that it was touching the tunnel and that the engine was against the bonnet. I then got bonnet raisers because lame, and then
Honda boy.
I put the bolt through where the hockey was measured. It was probably about 20 mil, let's say, and I went to Pope's and I said I want 20 mils worth of that fucking steel with holes in, and they'd only sell me them in like a bag of like 100. So I ended up with 100 of the fucking things. So I then gave them out to people who were like, "Oh, you want to raise your engine?
I recommend you do this modification.
You want to raise your engine?
Works?
I've got the solution. If you got those hockey puck, just use these." And I just fucking get. Okay, like, did you?
I had them. Yeah, they were basically like 3 mil. Like loads of 3 mil plate, just horseshoes. That's it. You just undid the mount, jacked it up, and just slid them in the top. So then when you clamped them down,
convinced a lot of
so many people.
to
I mean,
to
it
raise their engine.
kind of
But did any of those people dent their sumps?
No. It worked.
It did until all the wiring and stuff and the gearbox stuff all was rammed and against.
But the whole car then
body of the car.
vibrated so
did.
violently because the
You get
gearbox
white
switched the
knuckle.
tunnel.
You get white knuckle off the fucking steering wheel. I remember that. I remember thinking like,
It vibrated so violently.
That was the worst thing
enjoy
about those mounts.
When people would buy the solid subframe mounts from
Yeah.
they'd get them in the car and they'd be like, "Why is my car making this noise?"
What was
I hate it when people. Oh.
that was one of the best things though for what we wanted to do. I remember us doing it to Alistair's S13, the white one, and it was one of like Cage solid subframe bushes was one of the made that car feel tight.
It did,
as anything. But then on the flip side of that
surprisingly.
was, oh my god, was it then rattly, noisy? It transitioned
It's the
from
whine.
it then transitioned from
Intense.
being like usable kind of street car to like this is kind of fucking gross now on the motorway.
I don't want to be here.
Like my ears hurt.
And now driving back from an event was kind of fucking lame. Like you just didn't want
It's
to
headphones. It was headphones. It was always headphones.
No amount of speakers could help you
Yeah,
with that.
no
I used to drive
headphones
around.
always.
That was it. I used to drive around with
Headphones
in,
ear
and ear
defenders.
defenders
on top.
Yeah, because I could hack it like that.
Yeah.
But I'd still get white knuckle off the fucking steering wheel.
Wheel.
Everyone's selling up drift holidays.
I've seen a post from I followed them on Instagram. It's Drift Holidays, and they've got a track in Portugal. They're not posting much publicly about it. It looks interesting though because it's kind of like,
What's the concept? Is it that you go on holiday and you convince your wife to go on holiday, and then it's actually a drift holiday?
I mean, it'd be nice if you could just take your wife on holiday, leave her at the beach in Portugal, and then go drifting in Portugal.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty cool. I know there was a couple of drift series there years ago, wasn't there, in Portugal? I remember seeing videos from bare time ago of a Portugal drift series. That was pretty big time.
The Euro Crew guys do events out there.
Yes.
And they look beautiful.
I mean, it's like sun. I don't know. The cars probably aren't like maybe English spec stuff, but
I think actually you'd be quite surprised. So we did work with Full Gas in Spain.
yeah.
John Penas and some of the other guys there. And they have incredible looking cars that are really fucking well built. But they then do that series. I think it's like anywhere. You know what I mean? But some of the cars were really super stylish.
Has it done it?
Are you adding that there? Do you want to pause while we do this quickly? And we'll come back to Drift Holidays.
Drift Holidays.
Let's do that in a minute.
Because I also want to smoke a vape. It's not for kids.
It's definitely for kids.
Right,
That
let's pause. And we're back.
We're back.
we peed and pooed.
That was delicious. We shitted and farted.
Yeah.
Cumb.
I like that we've done like maybe in that gap probably 2 hours of podcast related talk.
We've done what other podcasts would have called enough in the break.
Been finished in the break.
In the break alone.
Yeah.
We've done plenty. We were also just talking about Prince Andrew. What a sweaty nonce.
What a sweaty.
Well, he specifically doesn't sweat.
The last bit of the video I watched, he was like, "Well, I couldn't have bought the girl a drink because
I couldn't have bought the girl.
I don't even know where
Full stop.
I don't even know where the bar in that nightclub is." It's like
I don't have any money.
That's why.
I don't have any money.
No money.
Yeah, ridiculous. Bye, Gabs.
Bye, Gabby. Yeah, Prince Andrew. How?
Unrelated. Let's move away from that. So there's one last thing on the board. That's that shirts tucked in fire.
That shirt's
What a
tucked in
shame.
fire.
That was wild.
That's a
Yeah.
terrifying fire to have,
Yeah.
and not one I actually considered. That obviously, if your truck goes up and you have
Yeah.
a car above you,
It makes me think about Kevin again.
Was that one of... Was
Kevin,
that
Kevin was absolutely... There was a lot
how
of...
many fires did you have in Kevin?
only
The
one minor one.
heater?
The heater, which was actually caused because Adam Simmons sellotaped the joints, the electrical joints behind the dashboard.
Oh, so the original
Sellotaped.
the original Scotch lock.
Yeah.
Sellotape. I would say that actually, if the heater caught fire, it didn't catch fire. It was just doing its job really well.
Yeah,
Just doing a
bit
really
too
good
well.
job.
It was just super good at its job.
Super good.
Interestingly, I have heated steering wheel on the Touareg.
Okay,
and there's
you.
if you plug in,
Flex.
is it Vagcom? Vagcom. I call it
Vaginal
Vagcom.
comms.
Plug in the
Vagcom.
badge.
Plug the
Speak
vag
to
in.
the vag.
There's
Wouldn't
a
know.
setting in there that you can program the heated steering wheel to come on, and I'm about to show you what temperature it can go up to.
This will work well on the podcast. Goodness
Is
me.
it the sex number?
Use steering wheel temperature
Oh my God.
0 to 255
Oh
degrees
my
C.
God.
255 degrees Celsius.
C. Yeah, imagine that. Touch it,
Centigrade?
fingers
Celsius.
melt.
Which is it?
Celsius.
Could you hear me out? Bit of Anchor's cookbook.
What's
Could you
centigrade?
fill the car with a liquid that only ignited
At that temperature.
at 200 degrees?
Oh, you
Press your
created a
steering wheel.
bomb.
Yeah, press your steering wheel button on. Are you listening up, Gaza? Get yourself some Turags. Fill it with mystery liquid.
Mystery.
Press the steering wheel.
Mystery liquid
And
number
just
4.
hop out, and before you know it, you've got a big hole in the wall.
Bang. Apparently that's programmable for the seats as well.
How hot does your butt need to be?
I mean, to be fair, there's like 3 programs to the seat, and it comes all the way up your lower back,
I wish you could pre-program each number.
and
so
it feels like you're
I
pissed.
want stage 1 to be 10 degrees.
Mm,
Stage 2 to be 25 degrees.
yeah.
And stage 3, 255
Stage
degrees.
3. These are like stages.
three
No,
tuning.
I really want to fuck with people, so I want like 3 to be like 50, so it's like really nice and comfortable. 1 to be 25, but then the middle number 2 to be the 225. So someone's like, oh, I'm a little bit too hot on 3. I'm just gonna knock it back 1
Yeah, 2 be
to
perfect.
255 degrees.
Oh my fucking god, I have 3rd-degree burns.
The blood in your body is boiling.
You're
I
being
thought that-
contact boiled by your hands on the steering wheel, and then your lower back is just being nuked by the fucking heated seats.
I took Callum to do a first fix in Nantwich last week, and the heated seat in the van. I mean, get me with a van with
You
a
got an
bench.
MST, bro?
No, it's just a basic bitch, but it's got a heated bench seat. Didn't even know that was a thing.
Today's
and
tradies.
it's the- I
Today's
know.
tradies are just way softer than they used to be.
Fuck, so
They
what?
don't make them the way they
Like
used to.
the Kevin, the old Beaver Tail Transit, that barely had like door handles, let alone heated seats. But
Winders, you want them to go down?
he's-
Why?
Callum has never experienced heated seats in a van, so he just sat there very politely. I knew it was on because Harriet had been in the seat before, and she turned it on and then went, "Oh, that was amazing!" And he just sits there doing this like.
Oh, it's super
And then he's
Thinking he pissed
looking
himself.
looking at the dash like doesn't have heated seats.
This is a van with a bench seat.
they're on the bottom, aren't they?
Yeah, they're exactly that. They're like underneath here, and you push it in, push it out, and he's like moving out, like constantly wriggling. Like, I was like, "What's up?" He's like, "I don't know, man. Something wrong with this." Like, just turn the fucking heated seat off.
This transit's way too luxurious. I'm well uncomfortable, fam.
Something wrong with it.
I
No,
have a sweaty
it's
batty.
a luxurious
What's
vehicle.
happening here?
Doesn't have a heated steering wheel though. Doesn't have a heated gear knob. I've seen heated gear knobs on a.
So
Passat.
I didn't know that they are like the thingy of my model. They all come stock with like factory with them.
What or Touaregs?
All of them, yeah. Like every single one of them comes with. I thought it was like an
Heated
optional extra.
I'll be honest. Never in my life have I ever, even in living in England for the 38 years of my life, have I ever touched a steering wheel and gone, God, I wish this was warmer.
Although
I
when
thought
you
that-
have that,
Yeah, I thought that until
until you
tried
have
one.
it, you go then get in a car that doesn't have it, and you go, oh, ugh. I wish it had a heated steering
Remember
wheel.
the first time you had cheese on top of something, and you were like,
Mm.
"Oh, I didn't know I needed that."
I don't know.
Yeah, it's exactly that. This comes with cheese on top.
Here's the thing.
I need to have cheese on
If
top.
I'm getting in the car and it's cold,
There'll be cheese on this.
I've already turned the fucking car on and sat in the house for 15 minutes
No.
to let the can warm
This
up.
is the problem. If you buy a car like mine, it has 1, an auxiliary heater, 2, heated seat to level 3, 3, heated steering wheel. So you get in the car and you just go 1, 2, 3. All of them come on, and it is not hot air that comes out of the vents, but it is air that you don't need a coat on. It's an auxiliary heater that's got an element in it that heats the air up instantly.
Saul's often seen walking from
Sick.
from his door to his car shirtless. So he knows as soon as he gets in there.
Straight out of bed, straight in the Touareg.
Do you know one of the
It's
reasons?
-5 outside right now. It's,
So in the morning, I just get in the Touareg.
Putin walk towards the car.
I just get in the Touareg and just turn
Straight
it
neck.
on. I wait for maybe 30, 40 seconds, and then I'm off. I'm gone because it's already warm enough.
That Celsior, after having this CRZ that's all hybrid and nothing is ever warm, because it does like auto stop.
Yeah.
And when auto stops on, obviously there's no hot air going anywhere. It's fucking annoying. It's just
oh yeah.
there's not real quality like a Toyota thick bit of glass to keep in the heat,
Yeah.
demist everything and do all that stuff.
Thick glass. Does it have like double glazing or
Yeah.
whatever? It's double glazing.
And crime tints on there as well.
Crime tints.
Brilliant.
So extra quiet, extra thick, extra warm, extra
Thick with
toasty.
7 C's.
Yeah, just like me.
The 7 C's.
Boy.
It's very, very good.
Cod liver oil.
Anyway, we moved away.
How did you get onto cod liver oil?
7 C's cod liver oil.
Oh, yes. Thick with 7 C's cod liver oil.
Just like cod liver oil.
Just like it.
Which is ironically today's sponsor, cod liver oil.
Yes.
Get your cod liver oil.
Yes.
Holland and Barrett.
and
Or for
have
NordVPN.
the
or
NordVPN of liquids.
Squarespace. Are you Prince Andrew?
What's the
do
You
you
need to hide from your crimes.
VPN?
create a website that's all about how to deal with the media very badly and then use NordVPN to do some browsing, you fucking nonce piece of shit?
Peter Cunt.
What do you reckon he's doing right now?
Living on our fucking money.
Well, yeah. Apart from that,
Whatever-
is he just sat at home like watching fucking Neighbours or something?
I reckon he's got 2 palace guards that just have rifles trained on him and they say, don't fucking move.
Don't fuck kids.
Don't fuck kids and don't fucking move. You try and leave this room, we both put
No,
holes
I
in
think
the-
I think
will
that they
take
said to him.
Swiss fucking cheese.
No, I think they said like, listen, you get one. You get to pick one. Go find one, and that's yours forever.
Yeah, that's your child.
kid?
You're not allowed to touch any more kids, but that one you can
Here's
abuse.
So he's somewhere with a kid.
Yeah, in a dungeon somewhere with one kid.
With Epstein.
No, he's dead.
He's not.
He was murdered.
By kids.
So after this is, I fucking hate it.
So you can't say commit suicide.
Unalived.
No, it's completed suicide. You can't commit suicide because it's not an offence anymore. It was an offence at a period of time.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
So it's not an
So that's
offence.
why commit suicide is a term, because you could be prosecuted for it. If you were successful, your family could be then prosecuted.
Why?
For
They've got
you
nothing to
killing
do with it.
yourself. Well, seemingly the law didn't think so.
Get in the back of the van. Your uncle
Yeah.
killed himself. Are we going to the hospital?
so now
no,
it's-
you're going
no,
to jail.
you're
now
going
it's
to jail.
now it's completed suicide or unalived.
Unalived.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
I still say the R word quite a lot. It's fine.
What, retard?
Yeah. Yeah, retard.
So
Because if you get upset by me saying retard,
How do
you're
you,
a
well,
retard.
if you've advanced in
Yeah.
timing and you wanted to make it the other direction,
You
can't-
you
what would you
imagine?
do?
detard.
Detarded.
Detard my timing.
What a thing to be upset.
Xanax.
The thing is, though, there's such a like a I'm sure there's an Instagram algorithm that specifically promotes retard reels. Let's just call them that.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that's not a term they're using.
I'm pretty certain that's on the
Can we
term.
please go back to the shirt tucked in fire?
Yeah.
Yo, I think that fire was pretty retarded.
Maybe he retarded his timing
Once
too
they-
much.
Oh, good God.
Once
No,
they
it's
put- once
clearly
they-
far too advanced.
Yeah, far too advanced. Big
Retard.
yeah, that's a terrifying thing, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever had serious fire in a car?
Yeah.
Have you ever lost a car from fire?
In the 14. I
No, you
I would
got
have lost the
close.
car.
You
I
got
would have
close.
lost
I've never. I was so terrified of it that I had Northview redo all of my wiring to like
Yeah.
chef's kiss level
Yeah.
shit.
if that fire was the good catalyst for getting a lot of things done, your car, for example, and also my car, that fire.
So
made
Alex's
me do my car.
Alex's fire was like big time, and I then took my dash out to do my wiring, and when I removed the main battery terminal, I realised that it had all melted together and was attaching itself slowly to the cross member behind the dash. So I was like, big yikes.
Speaking of low origin related issues, I saw the Goblin King himself, Naoki, also the throttle body screw go through his engine.
Did he?
Did he?
Yeah.
So it shows how much fucking I pay attention.
I think that's what happened at DMAC this year.
Oh really?
Drift Masters. That's because we
On
had
his 2G.
on his
2J.
2J.
Yeah.
2J. It like a throttle screw. He said. Well, it translated it, but it seems to be what it said.
Yeah, he did.
Um,
Maybe he.
Maybe he got upset. He got
Poorly tummy.
icky bummy.
Icky bum bum.
Too much yum yums.
Yeah. Do you ever watch Clayton's World on Instagram? I'll send you some reels in a
Who's
bit.
Clayton?
Chippies.
Chippy.
Yeah. Clayton, do you like
Oh, we're back.
arse or titties? And he goes, fish and chips. It's so good.
We're back to the
He's
hard
the
R.
best dude.
The hard,
He's the best dude.
the R word.
I'm not the one capitalising on family members that have got learning difficulties, okay?
Oh, people fucking love that.
They
on
do
Instagram,
love that,
don't
and this
they?
is what Clayton is. And I mean, I'm all for it. I think it's fun.
Clayton's a person, actually. If you want
Clayton is a
to fix
person.
your language,
Jesus H Christ.
it's really devolving now.
It is. Shirts tucked in fire. That was bad, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty terrifying. I'd never thought. So I originally.
You ever had a
thought,
fire?
No, never. I don't use my cars enough. I'm just a poser. It's fine. I thought that they had two cars on the top and one on the bottom, and I wondered how did they get one off not the other, but there was two on the bottom, one on the top.
That's what she said. Or he said.
They said.
They. It them, they.
It, them, they said.
Them said.
Z said.
Yeah, I feel very sorry for imagine losing your car that way and
Yeah.
having to watch it.
And having to
your
watch it.
truck
Yeah,
goes as
I
well.
think I'd
Yeah.
struggle to just stand there and watch it
This
melt.
is.
But
This
hey,
is
like
the-
also
There's not much you
deciding
can
what
do.
car to take off as well, like because clearly there was a decision. To
I
be
don't
made
think you have
there.
much of a decision though when they're just the last two that you can get off before the fire gets
Yeah.
too bad to get anything else off.
Yeah.
And thankfully they're not lowered though.
No. Here's a thing I've just thought about. Imagine it was your car.
Oh yeah.
4 weeks to
bottom
get it
deck.
off.
And you got to try and get the door up. You got to try and get past that stupid fucking Lambo door. Can you imagine
I'm
losing?
letting it fucking burn.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm letting it fucking burn. But that's the thing.
Alex,
when
no,
my-
we've got plenty of time to get your car off. We've got plenty of time.
No.
No,
Let it go.
it's time. It's like
Oh
that,
no, we simply can't get it off.
It's
There.
like that bit in Waterworld where the guy drops a match into the container ship full of
Yeah,
oil,
yeah.
and the guy just goes, "Oh, thank God."
Oh no, my car's on fire. Oh shit. Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
anyway.
Fuck. Yeah.
Anyway.
What a shame. Yeah, it's a shame with those cars, especially because they like ripping them.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah,
if you
they
were
do,
to
yeah.
lose a car, like having the crash, that is fine. It's
Yeah.
warriors going to war. It's what's going to happen. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It is the potential outcome, but just like, and not even the car itself catching fire, but like the tow truck,
Yeah.
the vehicle catching fire, just
Yeah,
burning
yeah.
upwards. It's like,
I was looking to not lose mine in the fire that I had not last year, before, whenever it was. It was 2020, wasn't it? Actually, a fucking while ago now. It's 3 years.
Better time ago.
But on the whole, it's low thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very lucky that I'd made it so that I could, if I so desired, jack the car up in an emergency. I very nearly didn't bother making that a facility.
Yep.
It was a pain in the fucking arse, because the fire was underneath the car.
imagine you just aiming through the little gaps. and,
Yeah,
like,
well, that was it.
wheels to skirt.
I mean, the
Oh,
car
shit.
fell off the jack. Ross was under it, and he like narrowly avoided being crushed to fuck. I mean, the whole scenario was full of fucking. It was just terrible. I went to hospital after that,
Really?
and I parked in the car park outside and just thought, "Nah, I'm all right."
The 14.
Yeah, no, in my
right,
van.
right,
I
okay.
got out of the car. I was like, said bye to everyone. I drove to the nearest hospital, around, like which is a couple of miles away. I just sat in the car park of A&E, just like, I'm probably all right. This is the right place to feel better.
Get that away. Get that.
This
Get that away.
this is what Saule's become.
could be worse. He could become like a full-time yummy mummy.
He's a yummy mummy.
Big ass or big titties? Fishy chips.
He's right though.
Fish
I
and
don't want a
chips.
big ass. I don't want big titties,
No,
but I do
big
want
ass
fish
or
and
big
chips.
titties? Which one do
Yeah,
you prefer?
absolutely.
Chippies.
Chippies.
Big ass.
Yeah.
100%.
Makes sense. Yeah.
It's funny when these fires happen, how like people just
No,
kind
it's
of
not.
no when people
I don't think it ever is funny.
No, I've
No.
never found it funny. Jono, you? And that's
No, I think the thing is, it's so
Thanks.
there's like nothing that you can do. Like flood damage, some of it could probably be salvageable. Okay, engine,
Things
whatever.
dry.
Stuff does dry. There's going to be a lot of fucked stuff. However, fire damage is very final.
what I was going to get at was how people kind of just don't really know what to do.
Yeah, that's it.
I was
full
watching
panic.
the STL4 video the other day, and like when Toby's car's got a fire,
Yeah.
and it's like Dan's trying to get a bit to it, but it takes like you coming over to put it out.
Yeah.
Because everyone else is like, oh, we'll just pull this bonnet open. Cause
yeah,
some more
don't
fire.
do any of that.
Let's
Give
do
it,
that.
give it some more air.
Give it some
Yeah.
all
Let's
of the
feed this
oxygen.
beast.
You know the fire triangle?
Yeah, yeah.
Complete it.
Yeah.
Currently, it's a straight line.
Yeah. Let's help it.
But no, it's not that. It's like you got to try. I mean, I've been. I always bang on about fire extinguishers purely because for a very long time I've always considered, especially in motorsport, people really fucking love an ABC powder and
Fucks
it's not
everything
that they're
up.
shit. It's just that they're just, as far as I'm concerned, they're not appropriate for the majority of the fires that I've come across in drifting. And most of the time, like these little handhelds, handheld's great. It's never enough. It's a waste of time. What's the point of having it?
The handheld's only going to slow it, kind of put something on it
Until the
until
next person
someone gets there with a
Here's
big
the thing.
fucking.
Here's the thing. If it's an oil or a petrol fire, it is fucking irrelevant having a little
Yeah,
one.
that's true.
It's irrelevant having a little one at all. You need to have.
I've heard this before somewhere.
I know.
6 hours in.
6 hours in.
I keep
have a 9 litre in the boot, just rattling about,
loose.
loose.
I keep seeing like on that.
When I chucked you that 6 litre.
Hold on to this.
Hold this. It's fallen out of the back.
We'll fix this in a second.
Do a run.
No, send it straight.
You're not allowed to hold your phone and record. However, you can hold this
Fire
9 litre
I
fire
really
extinguisher.
I really struggle, and I understand that Driftland is under new rules, but I really struggle with the don't hold your phone while you're doing stuff. When I've definitely sat in cars in the queue about to go out with people rolling joints.
Yeah.
That's under old management. Though.
Old
management.
management.
None of
definitely
that
old
shit.
management.
That wasn't
A
last
long
year
time
at all.
ago. But I just think like, well, no, I would not want the stress of running Driftland.
No.
Can you imagine?
No.
No.
I wouldn't want the stress of running a fucking track in the UK full stop. It just seems like...
Difficult, right?
Yeah, I mean, you watch what they were doing in Australia and now Ty...
Yeah.
Are we allowed to
Is
talk
Ty-
about that? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. It's
he's talked
publicly.
about it.
Yeah, so he's got a Aussie S chassis vest on a track that was used long times ago for drifting. And
Yeah,
it's been re-invited back.
It looks
Yeah.
like a fucking dream. Like, fuck you, Ty.
Hey, Australia, just be a bit close.
just
Just
don't...
scooch up.
Stop being
Scooch up.
27 hours away
Yeah.
and
Scooch
3
up.
continents away.
Scooch up a little bit, please. Come
Scooch up.
on. Oh, here's something I want to
I
tell
really miss you guys.
Yeah.
Here's something I want to talk to you about. So, when I was in Korea, Aseo. We went-
North or south? So that's a Frank Skinner joke from nearly 30 years
You know,
ago.
it's quite funny. Seoul, the capital, is very near the fucking border. Like,
Yeah.
super close. I thought that was quite strange. So we went
That's where
to...
they all escaped to, isn't it? It's close
They
enough
don't.
to run.
Yeah,
To run.
to get across the DMZ. So, anyway, we went to a garage that was building a car that Peaches are working on just now. It's a Hyundai Pony that has the engine of a Genesis.
All right.
So for us, that's the Hyundai Coupe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we got shit V6
Yeah.
or like 2-litre diesel. America got shit V6, 2-litre diesel, and maybe something else. In Korea, they got a 4-cylinder,
Terrible.
2-litre turbo that visually looks the exact fucking same as an SR.
Really?
Yeah, but it is like way more modern.
Wow.
And it sounds pretty rippy.
Fuck those guys.
And they do like 300 brake, 350 brake easy, and they are fine. So when I saw the car, I was like, oh.
That's an SR, basically.
I was like, oh, you put an SR in there. And then they
Nope.
were like, not SR. And I was like, not SR? 4-cylinder. That's SR. And they're like, Genesis motor. But we never got that car. Which
Yeah, we didn't get the car at all, did we? It was America.
Yeah, but it lived in at a point in time. It's the same reason why we didn't get the Neo VVT and all that shit. It's because it was, trying to get those engines through emissions. It was just, they're like, you want to sell that engine? You need to put like, the S14A had fucking 2 catalytic converters to get that last SR20.
Little
through.
bit.
last bit of safety in there.
Yeah. Like,
And the first thing that anyone did was remove them.
yeah.
Bin lots of
Yeah,
it.
instantly bin.
The S15, the S15 has a single cat. I can't fucking remember. Yours got none. Yeah, but yours has been fucked with. You've got a microphone. You could speak into it. How many catalytic converters has yours currently got, and how many did it have?
No, I think I had 1.
All right, yeah, that makes sense. But
They
just gave up with trying.
I've got a question. This could be a good way to round up the podcast.
All right.
We go round the circle.
Circle jerk.
Yeah, this is for the Patreon.
It's not that part. It's not that podcast.
That's the Patreon.
It's the next hour.
An hour. Jesus Christ.
Okay, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck?
That looks like an. I mean,
An RS. It's called an
No, I know what
RS
you mean,
Turbo
though.
as well.
I know what you mean, though.
And imagine that just on its own.
Even
without-
the dipstick's in the same place.
Yeah.
I swear to God, that is. I mean, look at this bit.
Mm-hmm.
This bit, even.
It's crazy, right?
Someone's just.
It's mad.
Yeah. Isn't that odd?
It looks like the in between of a 1J and a 2, 1J and an SR.
It's like a 1J, a VVT 1J that's got SRE kind of.
A
four-cylinder.
VVT SR.
The white cat has come in the house. Look at its gunt.
Right, here's
Stop catching it.
here's the round table for
Squad
for
boys.
finalising. If you had to steal any catalytic converter,
Maserati Quattroporte, £4,500.
what is your preferred cat to steal of choice?
A British Blue. Short-haired British Blue.
John, have you got a preferred cat you like to catalytic converter you like to steal?
Priuses are pretty easy to steal.
Yeah, they're pretty easy to steal. I think I would take
Type
an NBMX5 ones because they're worth like 800 quid and there's got to be hundreds of them around the country.
Yeah.
And the owners that own
Yeah,
them are
Maseratis.
standards
It's
and
only
still
about
have
3.
Yeah, the owners that have the MX5s that are old enough to still have the cats in them are sleeping real early.
Yeah, they are.
So I'm sneaking in there.
Yeah.
It's
So
going to be
if-
hard to steal one of them, though, because it's quite low. Like, it's a low car.
No, standard NBs are really fucking high. And they're on 17s.
Yeah,
Are they on
they wobble
17s?
Oh,
around.
okay, yeah, maybe.
Sometimes. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Just slide underneath. With it, is it like manifold right there, or is it
in the
underneath
middle.
the car? It's in the middle, so it's easy, really.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and my Halfords
And-
tool set getting that shit off.
I mean, to be fair,
Nah,
like
you're doing that with a fucking multi-tool.
doing like pickups and yeah, piece of piss. You just don't even know if you jack it up. Yeah, slide.
At least the Quattroporte, because they're worth a fucking fortune. So
Yeah, but there's only 3 in the
You're
country that
tr- you're-
still
you're
exist.
the
trying to-
Maserati Quattroporte, there's billions of
No,
them.
You're
there
trying to
fucking
do
isn't.
one big final
One
crime.
job. Yeah, Alex is
One
a big
job.
one job.
Jobber.
Me and Saul are right here in the trenches.
Yeah.
Doing them
cat-
I've got
Honda
cats.
Jazzes.
You've got cats.
Loads of Honda Jazzes.
Yeah.
You would win 100 Honda Jazzes.
I
or
open my
one
own
Quattroporte.
cattery.
No, I mean,
I need to feed mine, that's the
for
problem.
locating fucking Quattroporte.
Right, this has
Look-
gone. This has gone a bit mad. Leave a comment below what your favourite catalytic converter to steal is.
Is maths related to science? Buy some merch.
By the seats, I saw the seats.
Buy the
outside.
seats, yeah.
Seats are outside are really cool.
Seats are doing really well.
Is that a dog and a cat having a fight?
That was a dog and a cat having a fight.
It's fighters.
The cat won, but will still leave anyway because it's a wanker.
Back out to where it was.
It barely fits through that cat flap as well.
It is the shape of the cat flap. Just I think the cat flap is what's keeping it trim. But yeah, thanks for listening for this long. Have a wonderful time. And
It's 1:45 in the
Jeff
morning.
Epstein did kill
quarter to
himself.
2 in
In
the
the
fucking
morning.
morning.
JFK's head just did that.
Did just do that. Just like
Just
that.
now.
by itself.
Just now.
Just now.
Back into the left, 3 bullets. Yeah.
Bye bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye. I've gone crazy.